Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Saturday SUPERSTREAM. We are here to react to all of the action, the goals, the changes in the league table as it all transpires this afternoon. And we are deep into the running in the Premier League, in the Championship, and in League One. So plenty of big news about to happen. We don't know what it's going to be. What we do know is Liverpool have won 2-0 against Watford in the Premier League. Liverpool are top of the Premier League. They may not be top for long. Manchester City will visit Burnley in the 3 p.m s, and as soon as they take the lead, they will go back top. In the Championship, Nottingham Forest have thrown down a marker. To be fair, so have Huddersfield. Huddersfield won last night at Hull. In the 12:30 today, Blackpool 1, Nottingham Forest 4. Nottingham Forest are currently 5th in the Championship. Obviously, the second that Sheffield United and Blackburn kick off, they will have a point added on and will go above them. But Forest have laid down a big marker. We know they've got games in hand. So we're in that stage now in this run-in where if you don't win, there will be trouble. Someone will move past you. And Huddersfield and Nottingham Forest have already laid down big markers. We're going to go through the fixtures in just a second. Say hello to me. Let me give you a shout out in the chat here. Wookie Dave, welcome. I think we've got some happy Forest fans in here. Fantastic performance by Forest. We'll have a look at that in just a second. And of course, the Liverpool win over Watford. Ewan, welcome. Let's go. Come on. I knew we'd have some happy Forest fans in here. Catherine, welcome. Valence, more Forest fans. We're full of Forest fans. Congratulations to the Forest fans. Big win to start the day for Nottingham Forest. Leeds, welcome. Eugene, welcome. Yeah, smash that like button. Everybody hit the like button. Stephen, always good to see you. Welcome. Susan, welcome. Luke, looking forward to it. Me too. John, welcome. He's high up in the predictions league. Good old John. Elliot, welcome. Ben, talking about Brennan Johnson. We're going to talk about Brennan Johnson in 5 minutes. Alex, the playoff push begins today. Come on, the push. And here, not looking forward to an away trip to Bournemouth. I'm not surprised. Okay. At the Kenny, yeah, if you're at a ground, do let us know what's going on. We'll look at team news and whatnot in a sec. Jake, welcome along. Up the Borough. It's going to be an absolute bum fight today in those Championship playoff places. Terence, welcome. Gavin, legend. Gavin offered me his ticket to Luton today. I assume you're not there, Gavin, but thank you. I'd love to have been there, but we are on duty here for the Saturday SUPERSTREAM. Adam, welcome. Holster, I think we said hello to Catherine, didn't we? Owen, another happy Nottingham Forest fan. Not surprised. Hardly surprised. Dave, welcome. Have we said hello to everybody? Alistair is in the away end at Barnsley. Oh, there's going to be some nervous Reading fans in that away end. Yeah, Gavin in at work. Callum, come on, Swans. Big game as well. Swansea versus Cardiff today. Swansea could be the first team in South Wales Derby history to do the double today, but they've got to go to Cardiff and win. Andrew, Forest are going up, lads. Forest have laid down a big marker in the early kickoff today. We'll see who can follow. What I need to know from you, though, is where are the big games? We've done all the shout-outs. Let's go through today's fixtures. And I just want you to pop in the comments if I actually do press share screen here. Why is that not working? Dearie me. That should be, there we go. Thank you. Oh, technical hitch there for a second. Let me know, what is the biggest game in the 3 p.m s in the Premier League? Let me know your thoughts. We've already had Liverpool going top. It could be temporary. We think if Manchester City are to take the lead, we think that may happen early in the game at Burnley. They will go back to the top. Liverpool 2 points advantage now. Where is your big game in the Premier League? Is it Brighton versus Norwich? Norwich can't get off the bottom, but they can put some pressure on. Brighton are on a losing streak. Is your big game in the Premier League Burnley versus Manchester City? All eyes now on Manchester City. Liverpool have gone top for the first time in a long time. Is your big game Chelsea versus Brentford? The Bees got a couple of wins in the last 3 to put a little bit of distance between themselves and the relegation zone. Chelsea, well, they're 11 points adrift of Manchester City, so they're kind of in a little league of their own, Chelsea, in 3rd place. Leeds versus Southampton. Southampton look safe and clear up there in 11th place. Leeds really could do with a win. Leeds have won back-to-back games. They're in good form. Or is it a little bit of a derby there? Wolves versus Aston Villa. Let me know where your biggest 3 p.m. kickoff is in the Premier League. John, I think I agree in these 3 p.m s. Burnley and Manchester City, all eyes going to be on that at the top of the Premier League. Let's talk about the Championship, of course. And we've already had that big win for Forest. But I would love to know from you guys, what do you think is the big game in the 3 p.m? I mean, let's be very honest about it. There is a real standout contender for the big game, because at Oakwell, we have 21st versus 22nd. Either side of the relegation line. Huge game between Barnsley and Reading in the Championship. The narrative is, if Reading win, they are really holding Barnsley at arm's length. If Barnsley get the win, it is game on down at the bottom in terms of the relegation picture there. That's my big game, I have to say, but I'll be interested to hear yours. Bournemouth will be hot favourites to beat Bristol City and push on in second place. Cardiff-Swansea, it may be a bit of beach ball, but it is the South Wales derby. That's never not a big game. Coventry versus Blackburn. Blackburn trying to hang in there in the playoff spots, but Coventry away has not been an easy game for many teams this season. Derby versus Preston. Are we in the last chance saloon for Derby now at the bottom of the Championship? Or are Preston on the beach? Are they a lame duck for Derby to attack? Luton Millwall, that is a big game as well. It doesn't quite pit Reading and Barnsley for me, but in terms of the playoff positions, that's the closest to a head-to-head. We've got Luton in fourth place, dropped to fourth with Huddersfield's win last night. Millwall are still in the race. And we did a video on this earlier in the week. Should Millwall not lose today, their next run of games looks fairly decent. Luton have been fantastic for the last 17, 18 games. I think 12 wins in 18 or something crazy like that for Luton. Peterborough versus Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough will fancy that, won't they? Peterborough down at the bottom of the table, but they did win at QPR. After this game, Borough have 5 in 7 at home, and they've won 8 on the trot at home. So keep your eyes on Borough. If they can get a win today, things moving forward there. QPR versus Fulham. We think Fulham are probably only a couple of wins away from, everything really being secure and then not particularly having to do a lot for the rest of the season. QPR really need to push back and try and sort of stop their descent down the table. Stoke versus Sheffield United. Look, for me, the big game there is Barnsley versus Reading. Yeah, and here agrees. I do agree with Wayne. Luton and Millwall is a big one as well up the top there. Barnsley, Reading for Luke as well. Ewan, big game there. We're really going to be keeping our eyes on that one. Let's just say a big thank you to Sean, who's very kind supporter of the channel here. €10. Hoping City go trot. That could happen. They've just got to take the lead against Burnley and they will go back to the top. Liverpool currently top of the Premier League. Here we go. There's a mill, everybody, from Martin. Welcome. Big trip to Luton for Millwall. That is 4th against 10th. Right, talk to me about League One, where we have another couple of sort of standout candidates. We have already had a 12:30 kickoff down there in League One, and it was a sort of, what would you call it, Lancashire Northwest derby. It was Wigan 1, Bolton 1. We regard Wigan very highly. They could have gone top of the table with that one. They're tied up with Rotherham at the top there. Bolton are in 11th. And look, as an Ipswich fan, I know how hard it is to get into those playoffs there. Bolton are 10 points off, and they may, I don't know if we've got any Bolton fans in, but they may be on the beach now, Bolton, I would suspect. Let me know where your big games are in League One. Accrington Stanley versus Cheltenham. That is 13th versus 12th. Both sides have done well to be where they are. Charlton versus Lincoln. Again, we're in the middle there in terms of Charlton in 14th, Lincoln down in 18th. Ipswich versus Cambridge. Can Ipswich keep the season alive for another week. Ipswich are just like those teams in the chase there. Ipswich has just got to keep on winning and hope that someone falls away in front. But the games are running out for my lot. MK versus Shrewsbury. Shrewsbury have been quite good recently, despite their position down in 15th. They've won 3 on the trot. MK could catch up to within a point of Wigan. Wigan would still have 2 games in hand up in that automatic chase. Big game for MK. Morecambe versus Burton. We are 22nd versus 17th there. Big scrap down at the bottom with Neil Harris and Gillingham moving up away. They are 6th bottom now. Gillingham and Morecambe are right in the thick of it. Here is probably your standout candidate for, and I'll click Nat's comment up because he's totally right. Oxford-Plymouth. I do agree. It's probably the biggest game in League One today. It is 4th versus 5th. I have to say I am Team Plymouth all day on this one in respects of the Ipswich aren't going to catch Plymouth, but they might be able to catch Oxford, but I'm being very selfish there. It's 4th versus 5th. There is a 5-point gap there. Someone in the playoff spots is going to drop points. Pompey versus Rotherham. Pompey, a traditionally big club. Rotherham, clear at the top. Well, not clear anymore, obviously, because Wigan have played already. In fact, Wigan could have gone above them. So maybe I'll revise that opinion there. But Rotherham, fantastic League One team. And very strong favourites to get promoted. I don't know whether they're favourites for the title anymore. I'm sure Wigan will have something to do with that. Sheffield Wednesday versus Wimbledon. Wednesday have been in very good form for a fair while now. Sunderland versus Gillingham. Wycombe versus Doncaster. And again, with my Ipswich hat on, maybe Wednesday, Sunderland, Wycombe are all hot favourites playing at home today. We could get that tide rising even higher in League One, where it's been crazy. Shrewsbury only conceded 2 in 8 away from home. Pompey versus Rome, yeah, big one there. Hoping for a Gillingham win at Sunderland. Gillingham have been good. Can Neil Harris pull off? It would be a bit of a miracle considering where they were after Steve Evans left and they took over. Right, do me a favour. Let's do our first like spike of the day. We've already got 31 likes. That's incredible. Can we get up to 50 likes, please? I'm calling it now. Can we get a like spike, everyone? If you are watching the Saturday Super Stream right now, please hit the like button. It really, really helps us out in terms of getting up those rankings on YouTube and attracting plenty of new viewers. Can you get us up to 50 likes? I think we got nearly 250 last time out on the Saturday Super Stream. Hit that like button. I can see it's already over 40 now. So we'll see if we can get up to 50 likes. We really, really, really appreciate all of the support from everybody. What have I got to do next? I've got to talk quickly about our partners, WhatAcker. If you do fancy a little Saturday afternoon tipple, WhatAcker will give you some tips on a few Ackers. WhatAcker.com, completely free. Just stick your email in and you get the newsletter every week. The tips are up there right now. And I am on the podcast every sort of Friday that comes out with the Saturday shortlist picks. And they are this week in the WinAcker. And you'll get a little bonus if you go through WhatAcker. They'll push the odds a little bit for you. We've gone for Charlton to beat Lincoln. Ipswich, famous last words, Ipswich on the WinAcker to beat Cambridge. Sheffield Wednesday to beat Wimbledon. Wycombe to beat Doncaster. A very big League One flavour over at WhatAcker today. And all of the playoff chasers to win, which would keep Wednesday in there, I have to say. Go and get involved in that. You get about a little bit more than 6-1, and you do get a booster on your odds if you go through the WhatAcker app. We've also got the BTTS Yes Acker, BTTS, both teams to score. WhatAcker will give you slightly over 5-1 if you go through their website for both teams to score in Posh v Middlesbrough, Morecambe v Burton. Burton have been good for us, and so have Oxford. Plymouth versus Oxford. And there is also the big money Acker, and this is a big price. So maybe a little tinsy-wincy little tipple on this one. Cardiff to beat Swansea, Luton to beat Millwall, Port Vale in League Two to beat Barrow, Bristol Rovers to beat Bradford, Joey Barton versus Mark Hughes there, Tranmere to beat Carlisle. Those are the WhatAcker tips. Do head over to WhatAcker.com, and we thank the boys over at WhatAcker for sponsoring the Saturday Super Stream. Let's just say hi to Derry. What a legend. As Brian Clough would say, I'm going to try and do his voice now. Thank you for all the hard work, young man. There we go. Thank you very, very much, Derry. Very, very kind. And very kind super chat also gives me a chance to plug. There is a clip on my channel of me telling the story of when I actually was lucky enough as a very young man to meet the great Brian Clough. I met him. I hugged him. Incredible. I didn't quite understand the gravitas and what kind of a footballing giant I was meeting at that point. But thank you very, very much, Derry. So when Ipswich score, you can celebrate. I'm not allowed to celebrate Ipswich goals on here because I keep telling people to leave their bias at the door. Come on, Wimbledon, says Alessandro. Martin Zaka today. Cardiff Borough, MK, Bristol Rovers, Mansfield. A couple of them are on there. Daryl, toughy for the Blaze today. Would take a point but need all three. You've got to just win if you're in the playoff race now. Win, 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 and worry about it later, haven't you? Liam, anyone got a blindfold? Oh, you're down at the Vitality. Oh, enjoy it, Liam. You never know with Bristol City, do you? You never know. They've got good forwards. They can score quite freely, but obviously Bournemouth are a very, very decent side. We're on 48 likes, guys. Do hit that like button and get us up a little bit higher. I want to just talk for... probably, what have we got? Probably got a couple of minutes to just quickly talk about the two games that have already occurred. Do let me know if you watched Liverpool on BT beating Watford 2-0 or if you watched Forest on Sky beating Blackpool 4-1. Do let me know your thoughts. So Liverpool 2-0 winners for Fabinho in the 89th minute from the spot. Diogo Jota in the 22nd minute. I've actually been out for lunch, so I haven't watched either of these games, I have to say. But look at that, looks fairly dominant, 20 shots for Liverpool. Although, 2 big chances to 2. I'm sure Watford fans will draw my attention to that one. Get your thoughts in. If you watched on BT, Liverpool going top, let me know. Was it comfortable? Let me know your thoughts on that one. You can see. Sorry, let me just move that down a little bit. And you'll see Liverpool have gone top. And we can... I'm sure we're going to get plenty of people when we play first goal are going to be saying it's at Turf Moor and they're going to be saying Manchester City are going to go back to the top of the Premier League. They know what they need to do and they are very good at doing it. Bo, Watford didn't play at all. Do you mean didn't play badly at all? Missed a few big chances. Interesting. Ray, welcome from Kwinana. Am I pronouncing that right? Or how you prefer? Welcome in Australia. Ryan, well, I think he's talking about Blackpool there. That was effing dreadful. Forest, the team to beat in the playoffs as well. Kev, hoping Sunderland can win today. Should be favourites, shouldn't they? We expect a lot of teams in the League One playoff chase to win. Jameson, Watford looked organised. Could play NFL. Nice. What was for lunch? I had a bacon and cheeseburger, Dave. It was very nice. I have had a pint of lager as well, so I may need to disappear at halftime to the toilet. Oh, excellent. We've got a Liverpool fan. Lovely. We were good, but just wasted a lot of chances over the bar. Watford were dangerous at times. Van Dijk and Alisson were amazing. As always, yes, you wouldn't mind having them in goal and at centre-back. Liam, not many teams have got to Blackpool and scored 4. Yeah, Forest do. We've said it from round 8 in September, Forest have looked very, very good. Haven't they? Yeah, well played today, says Ryan, who is a Blackpool fan as well. Let's have a quick look at that. Brennan Johnson, I know I get accused of bias because I'm friends with his old man, but 2 goals for Brennan and Forest are out of sight in this one. 3 up at half-time. And we set this up and said Blackpool away is quite a hard game, isn't it? And Forest have started their run-in absolutely imperious fashion. So well played to the Forest. They are 5th as things stand. So Zinkernagel, okay, that was a bit of a lucky one, wasn't it? Deflected. Johnson twice. Was it the second one where he took it off the defender's toes after they tried to play out from the back? Sam Surridge with the 4th. And Callum Connolly, who we had on loan at Ipswich. So, look, it's important to say Forest are 5th. The second we go past 3 o'clock, Sheffield United and Blackburn will move back past them, okay? So they're 5th right now. They're going to drop to 7th immediately. But should Stoke take the lead against Sheffield United, should Coventry take the lead against Blackburn, Forest will be in those playoff spots. Of course, this all depends on Middlesbrough, who could put a big cat amongst the pigeons, as could QPR. But QPR, they've got to play against Fulham, which is obviously not easy. So all I'll say about Forest is they've done their business. They've done what they need to. And it's a great start to the running for Stevie Cooper and Forest. And I have to say, I had this pegged Blackpool away as one of their tricky games. What's going on, Iain? Pompey Millers, it's not happening. Has that been cancelled? What's going on there? Tell me more. I don't know if that's COVID or weather. At least Rotherham aren't losing today. Okay. Give me a little bit more information and I will take it off. Sounds like Rotherham has been postponed. So not the worst day for Rotherham because Wigan could have gone past them and then the game could have been postponed, I guess. Right. Let's have a little look at today's Mount Rushmore and you can give me your thoughts on this. I have gone for our Saturday Superstream Mount Rushmore today. We're going to keep Andy Vyman on there. I don't think he deserves to go. We're going to put Barry Bannon of Sheffield Wednesday. He's going to go on Mount Rushmore today, as is Elijah Adebayo, who was excellent last time we did a Saturday Superstream. Really good performance from him for Luton against Hull. We're going to keep Matty Taylor on there because it's Plymouth-Oxford, and that is one of the big games today. So those are our Mount Rushmore boys. We've got Vyman, who's got a difficult game actually at Bournemouth, hasn't he? We've got Bannon, Adebayo, and Matty Taylor are your Mount Rushmore. Always subject to change. Let me know whether any of them are going to be happening in terms of goal scoring today. Pizza Cup final. What is it on SofaScore then on my fixture list? Let me postpone Rotherham on there. My bad, everybody. Where is it? Pompey versus Rotherham. Not happening. Pizza Cup final instead. Is that right? Sorry, I'm a little one step behind. Let me stick a big cross through there. And hopefully that ticker is all up to date. Right. I'm going to look only at the big games, okay? So in the Premier League, the game that was sort of flagged up, we'll do a little bit of team news now. The game that was flagged up in terms of the big game. How long have I got here? God, I'm behind schedule already and it's only 2:52. This is a hard old show to do, I tell you. Right, let's have a quick look then at Burnley and Manchester City, where we're keeping eyes on Man City. Will they go back top? All they need to do is win. And they're quite good at that. So there is your Manchester City team. Edison, Walker, Ake, Laporte, Cancelo, Gundogan, Rodri, De Bruyne. What team this is, God. Grealish, Foden, and Stirling. For Burnley, Pope in goal, England's Pope. Roberts, Long, Tarkowski, Taylor, Lennon and McNeil wide. We think probably a stacked midfield there. Cork, Westwood, Brownhill with Weghorst up top. Are Manchester City going to be a lot of people's bets in terms of where that first goal is going to be coming today? In the Championship, the big game was regarded as Barnsley versus Reading. Let's have a little look there and see what the team news is at Oakwell. Collins for Barnsley in goal. Britton and Vita. Kitching and Anderson. Gomez, Wolf. Bassi and Quina, who have been good, haven't they? Styles and Morris. I'm not sure Styles will actually play number 10. I think we'll probably flip a few round in the front there, but we'll find out in 20 minutes exactly who's playing where there in terms of that Barnsley shape. For Reading, Neeland in goal. Remember, they've had to go emergency loan in net, have Reading. Yidam, Morrison, Holmes, McIntyre, Drinkwater, Laurent, who's got a great goal, important goal for Reading to beat Blackburn last time out. Ince, Swift, Ejaria is back, and Zhao. I do like the look of that. We've said this about Reading all season, that Swift is double bubble, isn't he? 10 goals, 10 assists from him. Ejaria and Zhao, I dare say, if they'd been fit all season, Reading would have a few more points than they've got right now. So, I don't know. Give me your thoughts on that. If you're a Barnsley fan, you're a bit worried, particularly about the strength of that Reading front line. Let's just check in with Plymouth and Oxford, which is 4th versus 5th. Remember, Plymouth do have that 5-point gap, is it? Cooper, Bolton, Wilson, Gillespie, Law, Edwards, Camara. He wasn't around last week against Ipswich. Houghton, Mayer, Garrick and Ennis. Remember, Hardy, the top scorer, got injured last week for Plymouth, so he is not around. For Oxford, Eastwood, McNally, Long, Brown, Williams, Sykes, Kane. Speaking of Barnsley, McGuane, White, Bodin, and he's on Mount Rushmore, Matty Taylor. There is our team news in our big games. Let's have a look at some comments before we go into this. Is a big thank you. JH, afternoon, everyone. Cheeky fiver to kick off the 3 o'clocks today. Hold on one sec because we'll look at the WhatsApp stuff, JH. Thank you very, very much for the super chat as well. Let's get a couple more comments here. Afternoon, Sarjo. Let them come, let them come, let them come. We've got some Millwall fans in, as always. If Reading win, well, I just wanted to read that one. Where did that go to? There you go, Halster. If Reading win, it's curtains for the 3 below. I do accept that as a reasonable position to take in terms of that bottom 3. Massive game, Barnsley, Reading. I think Reading would take the draw. I agree with that as well. Right. Let's quickly look at the WhatsApp picks. Sorry, I've got this iPad in the way here. Let's pop that up there. We're going to get there very, very soon. Quick, another look at the WhatsApp picks. If anyone does want a cheeky fiver like JH was asking, there's the Winacker. Charlton, Ipswich, Wednesday, Wickham is the tip from WhatsApp. You get 6-1 if you go through their service. Be a bit shorter. Otherwise, BTTS, Posh Borough. Well, Peterborough, Middlesbrough, they're both boroughs. Morecambe, Burton, Plymouth, Oxford. If you fancy a fiver on the big money acca, we're behind Cardiff, Luton, Port Vale, Bristol Rovers, and Tranmere today. Are you ready, guys, to play first goal?
Oh, you have to say that's magnificent.
Okay, so I need a comment, and it's basically one word. I need the name of the team that's playing at home. Basically, we need the stadium. Where is the first goal in the 3 PMs? And to be very clear about this, in the Premier League, in the Championship, and in League One. Where is the first goal going to be in the 3 PMs? Just one word answer or two, just the name of the home team, please. Let me give you some options. Where is the first goal going to be today? Is it going to be at Brighton, at Burnley? Is it going to be at Chelsea, Leeds, or is it going to be at Wolves? Let me know. Is it going to be in the Premier League? It's not very often in the Premier League, is it? We've got 9 championship games. Where is the first goal going to be? Somebody always gets it right on the show. Is it going to be at Barnsley in that big game? Is it going to be at Bournemouth? Cardiff in the South Wales Derby? Is it going to be at Coventry? Is it going to be at Derby? Is it going to be at Luton, Peterborough, QPR, or Stoke? Get your guesses in. Where is the first goal in the 3 PMs going to be? It's 2:58. We are close to kick off. Get your calls in. I don't know why. Have they still got... No, they haven't got Pompey. Oh, no, they've taken it off there. There you go. Okay. Right. Is it going to be at Accrington? They're good at home. Is it going to be at Charlton? They're in BTTS, I think. No, we're in the Winacker, I think. Is it going to be at Crewe? Is it going to be at Ipswich? Is it going to be at MK? Morecambe? Plymouth in our League One nominated big game. It's not going to be at Pompey Rotherham. Apparently, that's not happening. Is it going to be at Sheffield Wednesday, Sunderland, or is it going to be at Wickham? I wonder whether we'll get a fair sweep here. Let's have a look. Where is the first goal coming out? QPR, Luton, Bournemouth, Burnley, Cov, Ipswich, Sunderland, Wigan. It's not going to be at Wigan. They've already played, Dylan. Plymouth, QPR, Leeds, Bournemouth, Wednesday, Burnley. I thought there might be a few for Burnley with the pressure on Man City now. Loftus Road, Barnsley, Brighton, Leeds, Blades. I think you mean at Stoke, don't you? But 4 Blades, I guess, here. Bournemouth, QPR, Bournemouth, Chelsea, MK, Wickham. Could well be at Wickham, couldn't it? Playing at home to Doncaster. Posh, Luton, Coventry, Leeds. A couple for QPR, Wolves, QPR, Wickham. I think most people are thinking maybe they're all betting on Fulham here in terms of where that first goal is going to be. Hopefully, I've put everybody's shouts up. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 2:59 and 42 seconds, according to my clock up there. We are about to kick off. We've all had your say on the 12:30s, on the big games, on where you think the first goal is going to be. And we are about to get into the 3 PMs. Again, please do hit that like button. We've got 72 likes. See if you can get us up to 100 likes. And It has gone 3 p.m. It is time for kickoff on the Saturday Superstream. We are awaiting the first goal. We'll go to some comments. I'm going to try and keep nice and calm now as we await the first goal. It is running time. It is round 40 in I think it's round 41 in League One. They finished 1 week earlier than the Championship, I believe, if I am correct. David. Oh, David's had his kidney up. Very nice too. And a great performance by Forest as well. Here we go. Here we go indeed. We are awaiting that first goal. It's never long. And I have to say, it is normally in League One. We got everything ticking along the bottom there as we await our first goal in the Saturday Superstream. Let me know which game you are following. If you're listening on the radio or you've managed to procure yourself some kind of view of a stream by whatever means necessary, let me know which team you're watching and indeed what your expectations are today. Kickoff at Dean Get the Vitality, we better call it. They pay a lot of money for these sponsorships, don't they? Cup of time. Yeah, sit down. Come on, Fulham, says Wayne. Smash the like button. Everybody, let's just have a quick look at the state of the chat, if it's at all possible to look at the Championship playoff race. So, as we said, the second that SofaScore acknowledges Sheffield United and Blackburn kicking off, they are going to move back above Forest because we're going to add a point on. So the state of play here is Huddersfield have done their business. Forest have done their business. Luton play against Millwall. Remember, if Luton win, they will go back in to third. Sheffield United or Blackburn just need a point to go back above Forest. However, there you go. You can see there are all the big moves there with the kickoff. There is a possible spanner in the works with QPR and Middlesbrough able to overtake anybody that doesn't win, basically, today, in terms of if they can get themselves a win. Keep your comments coming in. Couldn't go to Bournemouth today. Appreciate this stream. Well, you're very, very welcome. FPL Dashand. Very nice. We could get a proper batter in here. Some not very optimistic Bristol City fans. Bournemouth corner after 20 seconds. Ewan, welcome along as well. We're underway. I think we're underway everywhere. And I make it weird. 2 minutes and 55 seconds in. We are yet to have a goal in any of the 3 p.m. kickoffs. It's coming. Don't worry. It is coming. Let's have a quick look and check in with that League One playoff picture, which does my head in every week because Ipswich are playing very well and not getting anywhere close because lots of teams have scored lots of points. Look at that. Already, with the points added on for Oxford and Sheffield Wednesday, already 6 teams in League One are 70 points or higher. And that's without Oxford. Oh, wow. We have got our first goal of the day and a bit of a surprise, I have to say, because we had some not very optimistic Bristol City fans, but it's just flashed up on all my devices that it's Bristol City who have scored the opening goal today. So Huddersfield fans, Luton fans, anyone chasing are going to be very interested in that. We said about Bournemouth, this is the one, isn't it? This is the easy win before the difficult run starts. Bournemouth do not want to lose today. They're behind. It's Bournemouth 0, Bristol City 1. Rob Atkinson has scored. Bristol City have taken the lead. And, okay, it's a door only opened very, very slightly. But were they to stop Bournemouth winning today, the pressure goes on Bournemouth a little bit more. Bournemouth are still, in my opinion, hot favourites with their games in hand to take that second spot. But they are behind. Rob Atkinson has scored for Bristol City. And our first goal, I think a lot of people said Vitality, actually, in the comments. Who got it right? Put your hand up if you got it right for first goal. Our first goal is at Bournemouth. And I think 9 out of 10 people would have suspected it would have been Bournemouth scoring that first goal. But no, It's Bristol City. And Rob Atkinson, former Oxford centre-half, has given Bristol City the lead. Do you know what? We're already, after 4 minutes, this is what I'm here for. We're going to go to the live league table because it just opens up the door for Huddersfield and Luton. Oh, hello! We are not going to the live league table. What did we say was the biggest game in the Championship today? And what would be the biggest cat amongst the pigeons opening goal? Barnsley have scored against Reading. It's Barnsley 1, Reading 0 and Burnley 0, Manchester City 1. We said it would happen, didn't we? Manchester City have gone back to the top of the Premier League, but Barnsley lead against Reading. Carlton Morris has scored. Someone has taken that cat and just bombed him into a field full of pigeons within 5 minutes today. Bournemouth are losing and Barnsley are winning. Cardiff 0, Swansea 1 as well. We have ourselves a glut here. The goals are flying in the Wales derby. And Wolves have taken the lead against Villa. Absolute glut of goals going on. Look, we're going to have to go through all of these one by one. We've had 2 goals in the Premier League. Manchester City are top of the table. Sorry, do you know what? I put Man City twice there. That should say Manchester United. Manchester City have scored already at Burnley. They have knocked Liverpool within 5 minutes of the 3 p.m.s off the top of the table. Who took the lead at Molineux? Wolves took the lead against Villa. Barnsley lead against Reading. We'll look at the bottom of the table in the Championship. That, my friends, is a big goal. That is a gargantuan, massive goal by Carlton Morris. And it's Cardiff 0, Swansea 1. And I believe I'm correct in saying if Swansea win, they are the first ever team in South Wales derby history to do the double. I think we've got all of the goals up on the ticker. I want to get your comments on all of these. Kevin De Bruyne, what a player, is the Manchester City goal scorer to put them back to the top of the Premier League. Michael Obafemi, who's been in good form for Swansea, has scored for them. It was Carlton Morris in the Barnsley-Reading game. And Johnny has scored for Wolves against Aston Villa. It has well and truly kicked off already here. Let's have a look at the bottom of the Championship. As things stand, look how tight that is now. Barnsley would go within 2 points of Reading. You can see there. Barnsley lead 1-0 within 5 minutes against Reading. And up at the top of the table, Bournemouth are behind. So, were Luton to win today against Millwall, Luton would go to 66. And both Luton and Huddersfield would be just 3 points behind. We do have to acknowledge Bournemouth and their games in hand. What do I always say on here? The first goals are always in League One. Absolutely not today. 3 goals in the Championship, 2 in the Premier League, none in League One so far. Let's go to some comments. The cat is amongst the pigeon. Woof. Don't City always score 5 against, but well, they're on their way already, John, after 5 minutes. Glad I was the only one to say Reading go down on Reading. Were actually, John. Well, cat amongst pigeons early on today. What else have we got? Yeah, thanks, Rob. We've fixed that up. Oh, we've got a goal in League One finally on 9. No, it's been disallowed. We thought Burton had just scored against Morecambe, but they have not. Fake news. Unbelievable. Jeff, what a start to the day. Forest bottling it once again, dropped down at the top 6. Yeah. Forest were 5th until kickoff. Remember, though, there is a chance if results go their way, Forest do end the day in the playoffs, but I think they need 3 or 4 almost results to. I mean, one of them does involve Fulham beating QPR, which I think QPR catch Forest today? We'll have a look at the table in just a little bit. Someone threw a lion amongst the pigeons. Oh, yes, they did. Oh, Forest fans will like this one. Coventry 1, Blackburn 0. Ooh, and the Blackburn slip is going to continue. We've got to go back to this Championship playoff picture here. Coventry lead against Blackburn. And we were talking about Forest. Forest have won. They need Blackburn, Sheffield United to lose. Blackburn are behind. It is Coventry 1, Blackburn 0. Let me just double check that one has definitely gone through. We think Coventry lead on 8 minutes. Let's go back, and here you will see Nottingham Forest are now again currently 6th. So, but I mean, look, if we string this out a few more weeks, you'd think Forest will definitely be above Blackburn, because one team's going one way and another team is going the other. But we only concentrate on today, can't we? And so Blackburn are behind against Coventry. Pickering own goal there. And we thought that might be a hard game for Blackburn today. Coventry away has been a pretty tricky one. And just an incredible start in the Championship. So Bournemouth, second place, behind. Blackburn are behind. I think they started the day in 6th place and they've dropped to 7th. Who else has scored in the Championship? So Coventry lead. Swansea lead in the South Wales derby over Famey. And Bristol City lead against Bournemouth. We mentioned that Bournemouth are behind. But in that big game down at the bottom, Barnsley in 22nd are ahead against 21st place Reading and will close up the gap to 2 points if they can go ahead and get that victory. It's been a big start in the Championship today. Let's go to a few more comments. That Cov goal has opened up the playoffs again, as if they weren't open already. But yes, I mean, as in for Coventry, maybe indeed. I'm a Coventry fan this afternoon. Wednesday night will be a different matter, of course. MK hit the post. Dylan's got Villa, Reading and Bournemouth on his acca. And they're all behind in 5 minutes. Long way to go. Goodness me, what a start on the SuperStream. A gold glut around the 5-minute mark. Thank you all for joining us today here. We've got 88 likes. Please, if you're watching the SuperStream, hit that like button and see if you can take us over 100 likes. We would really appreciate that. It helps us with all the rankings and stuff. Do hit that like button if you can. Let's go to some more comments. Ollie, assuming I haven't missed much, you've missed plenty, my friend, if you're joining us late. If Cov beat Blackburn, they will be 3 points behind them with a game. Yeah, I would dare say, Kelborn, not to rain on your parade. It's probably not Blackburn anyone chasing the playoffs need to look at. I think there are other teams that are probably going to end up in that 6th place spot either by the end of today or come what may. Sheffield Wednesday have taken the lead. Wednesday 1, Wimbledon 0. First blood in the League One playoff chase goes to Sheffield Wednesday, and they've been in really fine form for a long time, actually. Sheffield Wednesday, they lead 1-0 against Wimbledon. And do you know what? We've got Barry Bannon on the Mount Rushmore today, and we've got another goal in the Championship. And the least surprising scorers in Championship land this season have been Fulham. I think that's goal number 91. It's QPR 0, Fulham 1. I wonder if it's a certain Serbian. We will find out in a minute. But these bad runs for Blackburn and QPR are continuing to be bad runs. They're both behind in 15 minutes. QPR behind at home to Fulham. Blackburn are behind away at QPR. And I had a very stick my neck out guess there. Yes, Fulham lead and Alexander Mitrovic is the goal scorer. Anyone still counting? 36, 35, 37. I can't even remember how many goals that bloke scored this season. Incredible stuff from Mitrovic. Can he get to 40? It's QPR 0, Fulham 1. Mitro strikes again. Let's have a look at some comments. 36. That's just a sensational tally from Mitro. Chris, Millwall, the better team at the moment. They are at, I think we've got a couple of people at that game, actually. Forest on a roll. And with Blackburn behind, Forest are currently 6th. And that goal against QPR is also good news for Forest, although both of those teams are trending downwards. I think I'd be more worried about Middlesbrough, perhaps. But we're going to keep our eyes on this one. Let me know what is going on in the games you are watching. Someone's just reminded me that I need to update Wigan and Bolton. And Tranmere lead against Carlisle. That is not one of our games, but it is one of our games. Over on the Big Money Acca, although you can see Swansea are beating Cardiff, so maybe we'll ignore that one. But Tranmere do lead, and that is on the Big Money Acca. Keep your comments coming in. Absolute blistering start here. Let's do a sweep. And you know what happens whenever I do a sweep. A load of goals go in. So, in the Premier League, we'll ignore the 12:30s. Brighton Norwich 0-0. Burnley 0. Man City 1. Man City go back immediately to the top of the Premier League. Chelsea 0. Brentford 0. Leeds 0. Saints 0. Wolves 1. Villa 0. Johnny, I think 7 minutes possibly. That came in the glut of goals that all flew in around that time. In the 3 p.m.s in the Championship, the big game has a goal already. It's Barnsley 1. Reading 0. Cat amongst pigeons at the bottom of the table there. At the top as well. Look at that. Bournemouth 0. Bristol City 1. Swansea lead already at Cardiff in the South Wales derby. Derby Preston, Luton Millwall and Posh Borough are all 0-0, as is Stoke Sheffield United. And for the 36th time this season, maybe we'll put him back on Mount Rushmore, Alexander Mitrovic has scored for Fulham. They lead 1-0 at QPR. In League One, it's probably easier if I just focus on the one goal that's happened. I think it was Jack Hunt, wasn't it, who scored for Wednesday against Wimbledon. So I tell you what we will do is we will have a quick look. Oh, no. I don't want to read. There's just been another goal in League One. I think you can guess where it's all gone in. Ipswich 0, Cambridge 1. Ipswich have been disallowed. I'll pretend not to be pleased about that. But yeah, we thought Cambridge had just taken the lead at Ipswich. They haven't. Fake news, in the words of former President Trump. No goal at Ipswich. So Sheffield Wednesday are currently up to 5th, but League One makes a fool out of us every week. We track this and it all changes around. So don't particularly hold me to this too much. But yeah, Wednesday are currently in 5th. They lead against Wimbledon, and Wimbledon are deep in trouble down there. Changed the manager, didn't they? This past week or two, or in the international break. Wimbledon, Sheffield Wednesday lead there. I still believe that is the only goal in League One. The South Wales League double has never happened. Could it happen today? He says, spraying himself in the face with water. Swansea lead. Just flashed up. Middlesbrough had a goal disallowed. Interesting. Oldham, huge goal. Oldham lead against Stevenage. What else have we got here? 100 likes. We have indeed got 100 likes. Thank you, everybody. And being the selfish, awful person I am, I'm going to click that button. If you're watching the Super Stream now, do hit the like button. See if you can take us towards 150 likes. It really does help us in the rankings and helps us find new people. Big goal at the top of League One. MK 1, Shrewsbury 0. So MK will go right close to Wigan, who drew earlier. And Rotherham do not play today, contrary to my expectations, looking at my fixture list. So MK 1, Shrewsbury 0. Oh, Wycombe have scored as well. It's all starting to happen at League One level. We expected this. Is it going to be one of those everybody wins up at the top? The fixtures look that way, don't they? We've now got Sheffield Wednesday, MK and Wycombe all leading. And to put my selfish hat on, that is bad news for Ipswich already. Wycombe lead against Doncaster. McCleary has scored for them. We are waiting on an MK goal scorer. Let me just double check that has gone through. In fact, let's, looks like that has happened. MK heading towards win number 23 of the season. They'll go to within 1 point of Wigan and indeed Rotherham, although both sides have games in hand. Mo Isa is the goal scorer there. You can see Wycombe are going to move on to 69. It's just an incredible pace there, where we think probably, well, you tell me, nine teams minimum are probably going to get 70 plus points in League One this season. can Pompeo or Bolton do it as well? It's going to be incredibly high tide. Big goal at the bottom. Crew 0, Fleetwood 1. That's a very big goal. If I scroll up a little bit as well, you'll see Crew down at the bottom there getting cut adrift now. But that goal, you can see the points have gone on for Fleetwood. We'll put them 4 clear. And Wimbledon are behind as well. So Fleetwood looking very, very handy. Crew 0, Fleetwood 1. Goodness me. Harvey McAdam is the goal scorer. Absolute frenetic first 20 minutes here in the 3 PMs. Let's try and get to some comments if we get any kind of a break at any point. Mo Icy, yes, all gone through. Luton have woken up in their games as well. Keep your comments coming in. As ever, we are in conjunction with WATCHALONG here. Let's just have a look at the WinAcker. Nothing doing there. Oh, no, actually, the WinAcker's looking good. Look, we've got Wednesday and Wickham on there, and they are both already in the lead. So keep an eye on that. BTTS, nothing happening yet there, although we think Middlesbrough may have either gone close or had a goal disallowed. We'll ignore the big money Acker because Swansea are beating Cardiff. But Tranmere are in front. Corey and Darby, unknown from Ipswich, has scored for Salford. Keep those likes coming as well. 117 likes. Let's see if we can break records today here on the SuperStream and go towards that 250 like mark. That would be absolutely fantastic. Hopefully it's gone a little bit quiet now. Let me know how your game is panning out. Let's have a look at some comments. Said it before and we'll say it again. League One is equivalent to 18-19. Oh, God, I think it'll be over and above that, Ollie. I think, yeah. Forgive me. I can't remember 18-19 playoff points totals there. But, no, I think someone's going to score 80 points and not get in the playoffs in League One. I just hope it's not Ipswich. Almost would rather they lost a couple of games than got that sort of total and didn't get in there. We can't sustain handling this sort of pressure for 90 minutes. Well, it's probably going to happen. Bristol City leading against Bournemouth. Big goal by Roy Atkinson at the start of that game, and big goal for the entire chasing pack, isn't it, in terms of the championship? Get your comments in. Jay, I would take a draw versus Mill, prefer a win. We only need 12 points for the Ploughs. Yeah, we're looking at that for a few teams, in fact, aren't we? That sort of 3 or 4 more wins, particularly the likes of 2nd, 3rd, 4th, Bournemouth, Huddersfield, Luton. They've put themselves in that good spot. Would you believe Wimbledon have equalised against Sheffield Wednesday? Here's me going on about everyone's going to win in the top 8 or what have you. I know it's not possible because Plymouth and Oxford play each other, but we're expecting a lot of winners up the top there. But Wimbledon have equalised. It's Wednesday 1, Wimbledon 1. I'm sure Wednesday will be back again. Who's that lad that always scores for Wimbledon that keeps flashing up on the SuperStream? Ayub Asal. Is that who I'm thinking of? Any one of those guys in Mount Rushmore territory yet? Let's go back to some more comments. 14 feet. Oh, God, yeah. That was the big one, wasn't it? Wolves. I think Wolves got 78 as well that year, didn't they? And didn't get in the playoffs. Incredible. Charlotte, a very smug Forest fan. We've had a few smug Forest fans today, and rightly so. Fantastic performance. I love the streams even more when Forest aren't playing. Yeah, that is who I mean, actually. Jack Rodoni. Get him on Mount Rushmore. I tell you what, he's going on if he scores today. And that's not with my Ipswich bias kicking in there. Yeah, dare I say I might be a bit of a closet Doncaster or Wimbledon fan today. Keep your comments coming in here on the SuperStream. We are at 3:24. A little bit of a lull, which is good because there was an incredible glut around the 6 or 7 minute mark, particularly in the Championship as well, where normally it's League One that goes crazy first and foremost. So everything should be ticking along the bottom. If you can, let me know in as polite a way as possible if we've got anything that needs updating on the bottom there. It should all be ticking along nicely. Let's do, I tell you what, we'll do a quick goal sweep, so we won't talk about any nil-nils. In the Premier League, De Bruyne for Manchester City and Johnny for Wolves are the goal scorers. They lead against Burnley. and against Villa in the Championship. A lot going on already. Morris for Barnsley, they lead 1-0 against Reading. Atkinson for Bristol City, they lead at second place Bournemouth. Obafemi for Swansea, at Cardiff in the big South Wales derby. Own goal, Pickering has given Coventry the lead against Blackburn. That will drop Blackburn out of the playoff positions. And Alexander Mitrovic. Did we get the right amount of goals? So let me just double check this, make sure we've got this completely correct. Yeah, it looks like the 36th goal of the season. And Liverpool fans enjoyed it while it lasted, but Manchester City are already now 2-0 up. I'm going to say we told you so, but everyone knew it was going to happen, didn't they? Burnley 0, Man City 2. What a title race. We thought there'd be nothing in the Premier League around December time when Man City were miles clear. We got a hell of a title race, and we got that big head-to-head between Man City and Liverpool at the Etihad. I think Manchester City are going to go into that one top of the league. They are 2-0 up already and going back to the top of the Premier League. We're going to await a second goal scorer for Manchester City. Oh, big goal in the playoff race. In the Championship, it's Peterborough 0, Middlesbrough 1, and it's Luton 0, Millwall 1. Oh, very, very interesting now in those playoff spots. Millwall lead and Middlesbrough lead. The Chasers are all winning. Oh, I want to have a look at this table now. Luton 0, Millwall 1. I think that was 4th against 10th. Coventry are winning. Millwall are winning. Borough are winning. And Forest 1. It's a very bad day if you're a QPR or a Blackburn fan, I have to say. Gundogan was the goal scorer for Man City. They're 2-0 up against Burnley. Tavernier is the goal scorer for Middlesbrough at Peterborough. So Borough lead at Posh. And Tom Bradshaw, he's had lots of injury problems in his time at Millwall. I think he spent about 1.5 million on him. Has given Millwall the lead at Luton. And we must go to that Championship live table. It is going to look so tight now. All the Chasers are winning or have won. So Luton are behind on 63. Blades are level. You can see they're on 62. Borough are winning. So Borough have just overtaken Forest with that goal by Tavernier. So Forest have already won. They've done their business. They've got games in hand, though, on most people. Blackburn are behind. Millwall are leading and will go to within 2 points. And everybody knows Millwall's next 5 games are quite nice, actually. Interesting. Very interesting. Coventry are winning as well. And just when you thought it couldn't get any tighter, you're going to have Coventry in 11th, as things stand, on 58. Middlesbrough in 6th on 62. 4-point gap. And you only need to go up another 4 points to get to 3rd position, for goodness sake. It is absolutely a Rizzler paper between everybody in the Championship playoff picture. I reiterate, Borough are winning, Millwall are winning, Coventry are winning, Forest have won, Blackburn are losing, Luton are losing, QPR are losing. So all the teams that are kind of higher are behind, and all the teams that are chasing. And we know that all means a big washing machine of teams in those playoff positions. It'll all change. You know it'll all change. Oh, hello. Leeds 1, Southampton 0. Could it be a 3rd straight win for Leeds? Everyone's telling me that Brighton have a penalty as well. Sue Smith is holding her head. I assume that penalty has been missed. Leeds lead 1-0. We're going to await a Leeds goal scorer. I assume Brighton have missed a penalty against Norwich. I've got the sound off, so fill me in on what's gone on there at Brighton. Leeds are 1-0 up. We're waiting a goal scorer there. But what we will do, I think we'll go straight to the bottom of the Premier League table there, because this run, if Leeds can get the 3rd straight win, could really, really guarantee survival. Jack Harrison, no, he's not on loan, is he, anymore? So I can call him the former Manchester City player, has given Leeds the lead. And that would put them on to 32. Look at that, 10 points clear, with Watford having already lost. Burnley are 2-0 down as well. This is pretty perfect for Leeds, isn't it? Norwich are playing Brighton, and Norwich aren't really relevant. Even if they do win, they can only go to 21. So this could be a really, really good day for Leeds if they can beat Southampton with Watford having already lost. It can be a 10-point gap with sort of 7 to play for Leeds, 8 to play for Watford. I know Burnley will have a game in hand, but there'll be well, let's just all assume that Manchester City are going to go on and beat Burnley from 2-0 up in, 30 minutes. So it could be a really, really good day for Leeds. If anyone knows what happened with that Brighton penalty, do let me know. Let's have a look at some comments here. Best league in the world. Won't even be disappointed if we don't go up. Well, there you go. What happened with the Brighton penalty? Anybody? Who missed? Who missed the pen for Brighton? Do let me know. That was all unfolding as we were talking. Keep your comments coming in on the Superstream. All the scores ticking along the bottom there. Thank you all for your likes. 125 likes. Please hit the like button. See if we can get us up to 150. Mopai missed the penalty. Skied it. Oh dear. Mopai scored 25 goals for Brentford down in the Championship, didn't he, before that move for Brighton? Jed Wallace, another assist for Millwall. Wallace, out of contract at the end of the season. He's been a key player for them for the longest time. Little bit of a lull at the moment. We were doing sweeps. I suppose the big news in the Premier League, Manchester City are going back to the top, and Leeds look like they're putting in a 10-point gap in terms of the sort of relegation line and the Leeds safety. Up at the top of the Championship, very interesting. Bournemouth are losing. Luton are losing. A lot of the chasers, Forest have already won. Middlesbrough are winning. Coventry are winning. Mitrovic has scored for the 36th time this season. And down at the bottom, Barnsley lead against Reading. It's actually very quiet in League One. Normally, I'm sure League One will go mental at about minute 55 or something, and there'll be goals in virtually all of the games. But, all the action seems to be in the Championship at the moment on the Superstream. Borough Rich, we need to be more clinical. He said, well, Rich, how many months have we been saying that for about Middlesbrough? The XG numbers in terms of creation were very high, but the chances more often than not taken in terms of Borough. And they're a good side and they're higher up in the table. You wonder where they would be if they did take those chances. Warburton out, says Dave. Not had very many manager out shouts recently. Feel free to get him in the chat. Everyone's opinion is valid in terms of those regards. There. I still don't understand how Forest haven't cemented playoffs. Ben, it's called scoring 1 point in your first 7 games, I think, mate. We said about that with Forest, that basically for Forest to have cemented playoffs by now after scoring 1 point in the first 7, they would have had to score something ridiculous like 2.25 points per game. Interesting. Liam Lindsay has been red carded for Preston. Preston are away at Derby, and this could be a really bad day for Reading, couldn't it? So Derby are now going to play. Thank you, Adrian. Barnsley are now going to play against 10 men. Sorry, Barnsley. Derby are now going to play against 10 men for 32 minutes. So pretty much an hour if you count all the stoppage time as well. So you could have a situation today where it looks like Peterborough, well, they're behind against Middlesbrough. You could have a situation, though, with Reading losing and both Barnsley and Derby have got to do the business, but they're going to play against 10 men now at home as well. Preston down to 10. Thank you, everybody, for letting me know. Mitrovic scored for the 36th time this season. Sounds like a sarcastic exaggeration until you realise it's true. What else have we got in? Oh, and Luton have equalised at the Kenny. Luton 1, Millwall 1 on 33 minutes. Also, yes, you're right, Martin. We've got another glut going on here. So Luton have just scored. Lincoln have scored at Charlton, and Cheltenham lead at Accrington as well. I think you'll agree the biggest goal there is Luton have equalised against Millwall. That just calms down that washing machine there, as you were at the Kenny. Luton 1, Millwall 1. Morgan Whittaker is the goal scorer for Lincoln. He is on loan from Swansea, isn't he? Charlton 0, Lincoln 1. That's actually bad news for our Winacker as well. And I take Alfie May off Mount Rushmore. But this will be good. I take Alfie May off Mount Rushmore and he scores for Cheltenham. But we put Elijah Adebayo on Mount Rushmore and he is the goal scorer for Luton. And Wolves have gone 2-0 up against Villa in that sort of Midlands-ish derby, West Midlands derby. I don't know what you call that. They're Black Country derby. No, Villa don't count as that. I don't know. Some kind of local derby there. Call it whatever you want. Hopefully I've got all the goals that just threw in. So Adebayo, who is a Mount Rushmore goal scorer. So let's flash it up today, has scored for Luton. May, who was on Mount Rushmore until I took him off this week. And Whittaker scored for Lincoln. There we go. He's magic, you know. Adebayo. Gerard out. There we go. Says John, stirring the pot with his Birmingham City badge there. Darby will struggle. You might need to put a bit more meat on the bone there, the Rebel. Why? They're now playing against 10 men. But, maybe explain, and we can read a bit more into that comment. Coventry hit the post. They're already 1-0 up against Blackburn as well. Plenty going on. Let's just see what that Luton goal means in terms of the top end of the championship. Not too much will have changed in the actual top 6. Obviously, Luton now go back to 64 when they were at 63. The big deal is for Millwall, obviously. They were at going to 60. They're now back to 58. So it just stretches it out a little bit more. It was Concertina in. Absolutely hugely there. We don't create enough clear-cut chances. Well, maybe. It's not a guarantee, though, is it? We will see. They need to, Derby, now. They're in last chance saloon, aren't they? Keep comments coming in. McKenna and Graben back for the run-in for Forest. Well, Forest have done their bidding. Big win for Forest. 4-1 earlier on against Blackpool. It was an Ashley Young own goal. Wolves 2, Aston Villa 0. Wolves go 2-0 up. Let me just double check what that is going to do for Wolves up in the Premier League. Why don't I just show you rather than tell you? So Wolves will go up to 7th as things stand. Very good. Very good. Bruno Lage in his first season there. Got Wolves in 7th. I know they've finished up that high a couple of times since they've been up, but impressive stuff in the rarefied air of the Premier League. Can I indulge me, please, guys? Can I get a like spike? If you're watching the Super Stream, please hit the like button. We are on 129 likes. I would love it if everybody watching who hasn't already hit like could hit the like button and see if we can close in on 150 likes. It really, really helps us with all the rankings and whatnot on YouTube. Easy, free way to support the channel. Please do hit that like button and see if you can push us up towards 150 likes here in the first half of the Super Stream. I think we got close to 250 last time. Thank you so much. I can see that's already flying up there, that number, 138 on my screen. To my left there, I am seeing a little lull. Since those 3 goals all flew in together. This is not good news for the Winacker. Alex Gilby has been red carded for Charlton, and Charlton are behind as well against Lincoln. I hate to say it, we've got them in the Winacker, and we've got Sheffield Wednesday. Oh no, Wednesday are level again. Wickham leading, but Charlton are behind and down to 10 men. So perhaps the Winacker is on the rocks here with Charlton behind and down to 10. Bit of a bad first half there for Charlton. And there is the equaliser for Bournemouth at the top of the championship. The guys who are watching this, when we've got some Bristol City fans in the chat saying, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. And Bournemouth have indeed equalised. I think Rob Atkinson scored after about 4 minutes in that one. And Bournemouth seem to have been piling it on. It's just get to half time, isn't it? And, you know, things psychologically that works, doesn't it? But Bristol City have not been able to get to half time. We're going to await the goal scorer. 40 minutes, that goal went in. Bournemouth 1, Bristol City 1. We had Bournemouth as favourites in that game, obviously, given the positions in the league table. Go figure. Dominic Solanke, tremendous this season, hasn't he? Is he up to 25 now? It's almost not fair on these other championship strikers because Mitrovic has been so much better than everybody. Yeah, 24 goals for the season now for Dom Solanke. Absolutely. In fact, I can bring that up on the screen. So, yeah, top 2 scorers in the championship have both already scored today. Mitrovic up to 36, Solanke up to 24. And boy, would Blackburn like Ben Brereton Diaz to start scoring again. But the 2 highest scorers in the championship have both scored today. And Dom Solanke has just equalised for Bournemouth. Morecambe 1, Burton 0. So I think that's on our BTTS hacker. So that is good news. Morecambe take the lead against Burton. And does that move them? That I know they're in the bun fight at the bottom of League One. Let's just have a quick check on that one. It does. The problem for Morecambe is that Fleetwood are playing Crewe, aren't they? Fleetwood are leading at Crewe. So, yeah, you've now got Fleetwood and Morecambe both winning. Wimbledon are drawing at Sheffield Wednesday to give them credit. Doncaster behind Wickham. So, look at that. 38, 37, 35, 34. Doncaster just a little bit adrift. And it's round 41 for Doncaster today. Although it looks like, has that goal just been ruled off? Or have we immediately just got an equaliser for Burton? Just as I was talking, Arthur Ganua had scored, although SofaScore is telling us that Morecambe are level. So perhaps we're about to find out that Burton have literally just equalised straight away. Something's not quite right there. We'll figure out what's going on there. But we think Morecambe have definitely taken the lead. Whether or not Burton have equalised immediately or whether SofaScore is having a nightmare, we will find out. Ricky Hatters won, Lions won. 2 goals in that one. That was one of our big games. We had Barnsley and Reading in terms of the biggest game, but Luton and Millwall is up there today. What else have we got? 2 yellows at Ipswich. 1 each at 30. Sounds like not a lot going on there at my one. I'd like Dykes or Big Mouth Austin to score, to be honest. Well, hard task against Fulham. Yeah, Fulham cruising in first gear. They have been for a lot of the season, actually, haven't they? Great timing. What is that? Up the cherries, something IA do? I don't know what that acronym says. Fair play to Large and Nuno, a tough 8 to vote. Yep, totally agree with that. Yeah, it was fun while it lasted. Absolutely. Nat, Wednesday need 3 points. They got Pompey and MK still to play. That's going to sort the men from the boys. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the SofaScore table. I guess there's just a glitch in the machine there. So we can go and check it again in a minute. Burton. Oh, maybe it was a Burton red card that they read. Yeah. Okay, it is correct. Let me just flash it back up on the screen. So, yeah, Morecambe on to 35. They could really, if Crewe were to equalise against Fleetwood, Morecambe and Fleetwood would be tied there on 35. Unfortunately, look at the goals conceded for Morecambe. Conceded 79 goals this season. Up the cherries in all departments. Interesting. Very nice too. Thank you for all your likes, guys. One more plug, and then I won't do one for at least 20 minutes or something. 148 likes. Hit the like button. See if you can take us over 150 likes before we reach half-time. It's 3:44 and 29 seconds on the Saturday Superstream. In quite an eventful first half, I think we would all agree today. There was a real cat amongst the pigeons sense, but with Luton having equalised against Millwall and with Bournemouth having equalised against Bristol City, it's a little bit less crazy than it was about 15, 20 minutes ago. But still, And we have that goal for Barnsley at Reading, don't we? That's really hotting things up. Also, that red card for Preston against Darby. Can Darby go ahead and take advantage there? We're coming up to half-time. Do let me know when the game you're watching or listening to or following by whatever means necessary gets to half-time. Let me know what is what there. Anyone know anything about this Andrew Dallas lad who plays for Solihull Moors? He must have scored as many goals as Mitrovic this season. Anyone know anything about him? Sounds a hell of a player. Sean Essie off for Burton. I wonder whether that was what SofaScore thought there was something going on and assumed it was a goal. Purple Bungalow. Feels like there's another coming for us. Interesting. Swansea dominating the ball, importantly creating good chances with it. I had Bungalow. I had Cardiff to win that one. Cardiff have been in good form, but Swansea are in front and they will be the first side ever. Obviously, there's only two to contend with in terms of Cardiff and Swansea. First side ever to do the double if they can keep a clean sheet today. Hold on to that 1-0 lead that they've got at the moment. The Swans, can they do it? Half times are now coming in across all of the divisions. Jameson, Leeds losing their flow. Southampton creating chances, still 1-0. Yeah, sounds like Southampton getting back into that one. Leeds got a third straight win for Leeds. That is really what the doctor ordered. You know, there was a lot of sort of worried people as it pertained to Leeds. A few weeks ago, Marsh had come in, there'd been a couple, especially after that Villa game. The Leeds were rubbish against Villa, weren't they? But I think it's literally been the next two games. That late win against Norwich, a mental win against Wolves as well. Could be a big day for Leeds with Watford losing earlier on today. Welcome, Robert. Late again. Half-time. Thank you, Lev. Leeds are leading and looking at their third straight win and a 10-point gap between themselves and Watford. Let me know half-times as they are coming in. Looks like they're flying in now. It's 3:47. Don't put them in the chat yet. I need to point that way to the chat, don't I? But we'll play the CV game in 3 or 4 minutes. So head over to Wikipedia and get your lists sorted out for the CV game. Remember, we are listing the clubs of a specific player, and we're seeing if we can guess that player. Accrington Stanley 1, Cheltenham 1. I think that's 12th against 13, so it's a bit beach bally there up at Stanley, but they have equalised. Alfie May had given Cheltenham the lead. Stanley have equalised. Accrington 1. Cheltenham 1. Oh, I didn't even have Cheltenham's goal up there. There we go. You must correct me on things like this when I miss them out. So much going on. We'll await the goal scorer for Accrington. That will likely, you would think, be our last goal before half-time. Well, you tell me, how many football matches have you been to where more than 3 or 4 minutes goes up for half-time? It's rarely more than 3 in the first half, is it? Tom Lee. Not Tom Lees, who plays for Huddersfield. Tom Lee has scored for Accrington. Keep your comments coming. Past about, yeah, you can do past CVs. You can maybe give us a clue if you're doing a past one. But there you go. Leeds on the marsh. I'll get my coat. Yeah, very much so. If it's 3 straight wins. No Sarge. So glad to have the football back. Absolutely. Callum, how we aren't beating Bristol City is beyond me. Well, still another half to go, Callum, and Bournemouth may well be beating Bristol City. 6 minutes. Well, there you go. That's definitely more than 3, isn't it? Don't know if there's a bad injury there at Coventry or what have you. Half time. Thank the lucky stars. It's not 4 or 5. Does look like Bournemouth will go on and push and win that game. Right. Here's an interesting goal. I said 5 minutes ago, if Crewe were to equalise against Fleetwood, Morecambe would be out of the bottom 4. Guess what's just happened, everybody? Crewe have just equalised against Fleetwood. So that is good news for Morecambe, bad news for Crewe. And this could be a really good day for Morecambe at the bottom of League One because you guys all told me Burton down to 10 as well. So I say they're out of the bottom 4. They're actually not. They're tied on points still. What is the... Let me do some quick maths here. So Fleetwood's goal difference, -17. Oh, God, that's tight. Oh, no, it's not tight at all. Minus 31. Morecambe have the worst goal difference. It's not as bad as Doncaster's, I guess. But yes, if I've added that up correctly, then yeah, it would need Crewe to beat Fleetwood. But still, the results and the points going in there. And in fact, Morecambe have just gone 2-0 up. So Morecambe have done their bidding in the relegation struggles down there. And remember, down at the bottom in League One, Doncaster are away at Wycombe, which is hard. Wimbledon are away at Sheffield Wednesday, which is hard. Although Wimbledon did go behind and are level. But Morecambe could be a good day for them down at the bottom of League One. They are 2-0 up now against Burton. I think we are close to half-time. Before today, Andrew Robert Dallas, 33 appearances. Oh, okay, it's not as many as that. Didn't he score 5 in one game or something? Ludicrous. There we go. Wolves all over Villa, says Paddy. So many good chances. Dave, QPR could be 4-0 down. Goodness me. We will get onto the CV game very, very imminently. On my running order, it says, what time does it? It says 3:52 for the CV game. Can we get there? Oh, but you're right, Nat. Thank you, everybody, for 150 likes. If you haven't hit the like button, help us get towards 200. Right. Don't put your CV games in yet, but it is time for us to play the CV game. We'll do that for the next 5-10 minutes or so. Always a good little bit of fun. Take our minds off things at halftime. Let me tell you how the CV game works. I would love you to list the clubs of a player. If there is a loan in there, you must tell us it's a loan. You must put all the clubs and you must put them in the right order as well. So if everybody is ready, I've got one for you lot first. So are you ready to play the CV game? I'm going to open up the comments in just a second. And I want to know who this player is by his clubs. Are you ready to play the CV game? Here comes my one for all you. Oh, Accrington have just gone 2-1 up against Cheltenham. Sorry, Accrington. Never have I been so disappointed to see a goal go in. Not for any other reason. Otherwise, just going to press the button on the CV game. Anyway, well done, Accrington, who have gone 2-1 up. Right. I was going to press the button on the CV game. Are you ready? Here it comes. First person to name this player who played for Real Madrid B, Valencia, then Chelsea, and then Manchester United. Who is that player? Can you name them by their clubs? Real Madrid B, Valencia, Chelsea, Manchester United. Who's going to get it first? I'll leave it up on the screen. There we go. We've got a few correct answers in there. Let me take it off. Who got there first? Yeah, loads of you got it right, actually. Well done, Leeds 2022. Juan Mata. But loads of you got it right. There we go. I'm clicking on all of them. It was, of course, Juan Mata. So many of you got it right. Look at that. Sensational work. So get your shouts for the CV game in. I saw one. There we go. Oh, God, I know who that is. Remember, Anir supports Bristol City and only ever puts players who currently play for Bristol City or have played for Bristol City in his CV games. This guy scored a very famous goal against my team as well. So there is the CV game. BSC Old Boys, Basel, Thun, Nuremberg, Wolfsburg, Norwich, for a lot of money, Basel on loan, and now at Bristol City. Who is that player? Can anyone name them in the chat? Who is going to get that one first? I know who it is. Might be Swiss, maybe. Who's going to get it? Come on. I will wait in the chat until the correct answer comes in. If not, I'm going to say it in 5 seconds. Come on. Someone's got 5 seconds to get that right on the screen. There we go. Stefan. Tim Closer. Well done. Right. Let's play a few more. Where shall we land here? The Rebel. Stoke. Forest. Derby. Oh, Forest 2 Derby. Celtic and Hibs. Oh, I know who that was. What was the little winger called? The left winger. Commons? Chris Commons? Is that right? The Rebel? Tell me if I'm right. I'm allowed to play, aren't I? I think I've got that one. Is that right? I think I've got it right. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. Apologies if I got it wrong. I'll put it back up. Rebel can tell me if I got it right. FPL Dashund. Right, can anyone get Beijing Enterprises? Who on earth is that? Right, can anyone get this one? Everton, West Brom, Sunderland, Beijing Enterprises. Well, I'm not getting that one. Who on earth is that? Can anyone get it? Anyone get it? Everton, West Brom, Sunderland, Beijing Enterprises. I'm rubbing my chin here. I'm going to leave that one up for another 8 seconds. Can anyone get it? I'm not getting that one in the slightest. Everton, West Brom, Sunderland. Oh, is it Victor Anichebe? Is it? That might be a great shout by me if it is. Kevin Kilban? No, he played for Preston first, didn't he? Derry. Right, let's put up another one here and see if I'm right with Victor. That's a great shout if I've got that right, by the way, even if I say so myself. Right, where are we landing in here? There, right, New York City, Man City, Middlesbrough loan, Leeds. I thought they were going to be Pat Bamford. Must be Jack Harrison then, mustn't it? Did he go on loan to Middlesbrough? I didn't realise that. I think everyone's going to get that one, Luke. Former Ballon d'Or winner, currently with BT Sport. Yeah, I can see a few people have answered it. There we go. Michael Owen, indeed. Right, let's get a few more of these up on the screen. What is that? Okay. Thor Burke Piera, if I'm pronouncing your name right, Thor. My bad, if I'm not. Oviedo, Celta, Vallecano, Swansea, Napoli on loan. Oh, is it Llorente? Llorente used to play for Swansea, or Michu? I think it's Llorente, isn't it? Let me know if I've got that one right. Right, let's scroll down. What else we got? Rob here. Man United, Brighton, Leeds, Oldham, Scarborough. Man United to Brighton. No, I'm struggling with that one. Let's see if anyone's answered it down here in the chat. Anyone get that one right? I'm struggling with that. Anyone? Anybody? Yeah, I'm not getting that one. Ashley, easy one. Arsenal, Yeovil on loan, Yeovil, Bristol City, Leeds. Has this guy got really good hair? I think I've got it. Has anyone got it in the chat? There we go, Tim. Ailing, absolutely. Any more for any more? What do we got here? Adrian. Oh, crikey, I'm not going to get this, am I? Borough under 18s, Cardiff, Birmingham, Stoke, Palace on loan, Norwich, Derby, Gazette. Oh, Cameron Jerome. Yes? Cameron Jerome must be, if he's now at Luton from MK. Only needed the last two, I think. I think I've got that one. Right, Aaron. Oh, God. I just get lost reading out all the clubs on these. Barnsley, Norwich. So he was at Norwich and went on loan to Bolton and to Palace. Middlesbrough, Huddersfield, Derby, Wednesday on loan, Bradford on loan, Luton, Melbourne Victory, St Johnstone. Has anyone got that in the chat? Anyone got that? Oh, Andy Ritchie. God, yeah, I was never going to get that. That was the other one, Man United to Oldham, whoever, Brighton. No, I'm struggling with that one, Aaron. Let me know. Comment of the day, everybody. I love you, Ben. Thank you, Josh X Dosh. You have an excellent beard, Josh, and I wish mine had less grey and then I would grow it out like that. Frank, Watford. Oh my God. Yeovil, Colchester, Orient, Wigan. Mate, I'm struggling. Struggling with that one. God, we're getting behind with all of these. Right, I'm going to click on as many as possible now. Right, I've got to get these right. Wolves, Kidderminster loan, QPR loan, Plymouth loan. Wolves to Sheffield Wednesday. Oldham loan, Southend loan, QPR permanent, Preston loan, Swindon permanent. I'm struggling with that one, Ollie. Get your answers in. I'm struggling. Which one was Jacob Butterfield then? Didn't he come up last week as well? Here's another one from Ollie. I didn't get the first one. Sorry, Ollie. help us out in the chat. You lot are putting them all up, but not answering any of them. I'm here on my own. Oh, yours are one player. That's one player. Oh, my God. Okay, so that and all of that is one player. No chance I'm getting that. Bury, Sheffield United, Wigan on loan. Danny, no, not Danny Webber. Oh, God. Anyone's getting that. It's got about a million clubs there. Right, what else have we got in this? Sorry, I'm going to scroll down a bit. This one is harder. We're playing the CV game, by the way, if you're joining the Saturday Super Stream now. Leicester, Bournemouth on loan, Leeds on loan, Leeds, St Etienne, Bournemouth. Oh, is it Max Gradle? Toulouse, Sivasspor. Pass. Which one was Pat Roberts? Oh, that's definitely that one. Sorry, David. I did that very much the wrong way around, but that has to be Patrick Roberts, doesn't it? Sorry, David. Your one got screwed over there. I saw the answer before I saw the question. Sorry, I thought it was applied. Sorry, David, who probably put effort into putting all Patrick Roberts clubs there. My bad. Right, Leon Clark. Oh man, nah, didn't give it away to me. Did I get Max Gradle right? Woof. I love that. Right, one more. Boston United. That sounds like Paul Gascoigne backwards, but without Lazio, Spurs, Newcastle. No, that would be right. And then he came. Oh, Glasgow Rangers. Is that reverse Paul Gascoigne? Because he's definitely played for Boston at the end. And if it is, and I've got that one right, then Steve Claridge, was it? No. Quick question: who is the highest scoring German in Premier League history? No idea. Absolutely no idea. Gavin Massey, highest scoring German. Leroy Sané? I don't know. Someone will tell me. Right. I am calling the... God, someone always puts one in. Right. If I can't see it now, I'm calling the CV game. We're all finished now. It is 4:02. Let's quickly throw these up, see if we can get them. Leicester, Oldham on loan, Rotherham on loan. Some Belgian club on loan by the look of it. Preston on loan. Loads of clubs on loan. Is it Dan Iverson? He's there right now, isn't he? Feyenoord, Valtvik, Rangers, Arsenal, Barca. It's got to be, what's his name? Van Bronckhorst. Right, no more CV game. Thank you so much. That was the CV game, as always. A fine way to spend your halftime on the Super Stream. We are now going to get in to the second halves. Let me know when your game does indeed kick off, whatever you're watching, whoever you're watching. And we had better do a sweep of the half-time scores. It is in the Premier League. We'll do the 12:30s as well. So at 12:30, it was Liverpool 2, Watford 0. Liverpool very briefly went back to the top of the Premier League. Brighton and Norwich 0-0, but Mopai missed the penalty. Burnley 0, Man City 2. Who scored? De Bruyne and Gundogan, I think. Chelsea 0, Brentford 0. All quiet at Chelsea today. Not very often we said that over the last 6 weeks. Leeds 1, Saints 0. Harrison. Wolves 2, Villa 0. Johnny and an Ashley Young own goal. In the Championship at 12:30, it was Blackpool 1, Forest 4. Impressive performance from Forest. They're 4-0 up as well in that one. In the 3 p.m s, in the big 21st versus 22nd shootout, Barnsley 1, Reading 0. It is Bournemouth 1, Bristol City 1. Bristol City taking a shock lead in that, but Dom Solanke equalising Rob Atkinson's goal just before half-time. Carlton Morris, by the way, the goal scorer for Barnsley against Reading. Cardiff 0, Swansea 1. And for the 100th time this stream, we will say if Swansea win, they'll be the first of those two sides to do the double in the South Wales derby. Obafemi, the goal scorer, by the way. Coventry 1, Blackburn 0. Pickering own goal. Derby 0, Preston 0. Lindsay red-carded in that one. Derby have been playing against 10 since, I think, minute 32. So you'd make them favourites in that one. Luton 1, Millwall 1. Bradshaw gave Millwall the lead. Adebayo, who is on Mount Rushmore, equalised for Luton. Posh 0, Borough 1. Tavernier with the goal in that one, putting Borough into the top 6 as things stand. Obviously, Blackburn are losing. QPR 0, Fulham 1. Mitrovic, 36th goal of the season. Stoke 0, Sheffield United 0. Sheffield United taking the lead would also throw yet another grenade into the playoff picture as well, because they're, I think they started the day in 5th position. In League One, earlier it was Wigan 1, Bolton 1, Stanley 2, Cheltenham 1, and Cheltenham led in that one as well through Alfie May. I said it was quiet at Chelsea. Chelsea have literally just taken the lead, as I've said that. Chelsea 1, Brentford 0, and bad news for our Leeds friends. It's Leeds 1, Southampton 1. 2 quick goals in the Premier League. We'll follow them up after we've just gone through the League One. Scorelines: Charlton 0, Lincoln 1. Charlton down to 10 as well. Gilby red-carded. Whittaker scoring for Lincoln. Ward-Prowse scored for Southampton. Probably a free kick, knowing him. It's Crew 1, Fleetwood 1. Fleetwood were in front, and with what Morecambe are doing, they could do with going back in front in that one. Ipswich 0, Cambridge 0. MK 1, Shrewsbury 0. MK going to go within 1 point of the top 2, although they will both have games in hand. That is Rotherham at the top and Wigan, both tied on 80 points. Morecambe are having a good day. They're 2-0 up. Burton are down to 10. They really, really could do with a goal for Sheffield Wednesday and another goal for Crewe, couldn't they? Plymouth 0, Oxford 0. A big, big game there. 4th versus 5th at the start of play. Pompey and Rotherham don't play because of the Pizza Cup. Wednesday 1, Wimbledon 1. Bit of a surprise equaliser, really. Assal equalising the early goal from Hunt, early-ish goal from Hunt. Sunderland 0, Gillingham 0, which is good news for certain clubs in the playoff chase. Sunderland are not leading. Everybody else is, including Wickham. I say everybody else is. Wednesday aren't winning, are they either? Wickham 1, Doncaster 0. Doncaster down at the bottom of the table. So the 2 quick Premier League goals. James Ward-Prowse. Someone's proposing on the screen at Leeds. Did she say yes? Has he got the ring? She doesn't look very impressed by all of this. Oh, she does look pleased. There we go. And someone's filming it. Congratulations to that couple. She said yes. Well done. You love to see it. Peterborough 0, Middlesbrough 2. Middlesbrough fans probably care far more about that. Middlesbrough just gone 2-0 up. Middlesbrough looking good for a playoff spot. We'll get the goal scorer. Brentford have equalised, actually. I hadn't told you that the Chelsea goal scorer was Tony Rudiger. Vitaly Janelt has equalised for the Bees. So no sooner had Chelsea taken the lead, Brentford went up the other end and equalised. Middlesbrough 2-0 up. Let me just get these Premier League ones done, because we can now start to speak with a bit more certainty if teams are going to get themselves 2-0 up, that they're probably going to be winning today. And Middlesbrough are now in that bracket. So look, in the Premier League, nothing's really changed in terms of Chelsea and Brentford. Of course, they're as you were, despite Chelsea taking the lead. Leeds, well, when they were leading, it was going to be a 10-point gap. It's an 8-point gap. It's still a net win if they draw, because Watford lost earlier. Burnley are losing, and Norwich can't catch either there. Obviously, you can talk about Burnley's games in hand, but teams down at the bottom of the table don't tend to win many games in hand, because they're at the bottom of the table. They don't tend to win many games at all, do they? Right, we must check in with the Championship. So Middlesbrough have gone 2-0 up. Let's assume now, famous last words, that Middlesbrough will be winning today, and base our kind of top 6 prognostications around that fact, which is not a fact, but it's hard to get our head around this. So look, Middlesbrough are the most certain to win now in terms of their 2-0 lead. And just as I say that, Blackburn have equalised. It's just got even tighter. So, in fact, that Blackburn equaliser, is that going to take them a +10 Borough? Blackburn and Middlesbrough are about to go on to 62 points and exactly the same goal difference. Can anyone remember the head-to-head? Blackburn beat Middlesbrough, didn't they? So I think Blackburn are actually above Middlesbrough now. Have they played twice? Can anyone help me out with the head-to-head? I know because I did it as a watch-along. Blackburn won 1-0 at Blackburn. What was the score at Middlesbrough? Did Middlesbrough win, and did they win by more than one goal? Morecambe have gone 3-0 up. Look, however you slice or dice it, Middlesbrough and Blackburn have now got the same points and exactly the same goals scored and goals against. Middlesbrough do have 2 games in hand, but it's incredibly tight. Look, Luton 64, they're level. Sheffield United and Bournemouth have taken the lead. That's about to change as well. Bournemouth, just after half-time, are back and they're going to be taking the lead. But what I was going to say, Sheffield United 62, Middlesbrough 62, Blackburn 62. Forest have already played 61. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but were QPR to come back from 1-0 down and win against Fulham, they would also be on 62 points. It is ludicrously tight. And have a look right up the top there. Bournemouth are in the lead. And potentially, Chelsea won Brentford 2. We're getting a glut at the start of this half. And I hate to say it, come on the bees. 54 gone. Right, let's get goals and tickers and everything updated. So there's been about 3 goals in the Premier League. Well, in fact, there's been 4, and 3 of them have been at Stamford Bridge since half-time. So Brentford now lead 2-1 there, and Southampton equalised against Leeds. We now have Bournemouth in front against Bristol City. Lewis Cook is the goal scorer. And Bradley Dack, that is, even if you're a Coventry fan, you probably admit it's great to see him on the score sheet. And speaking of players, it's great to see on the score sheet, Christian Eriksen is the goal scorer. That must be his first Premier League goal back since returning with Brentford. Bradley Dack also, obviously, horrible injury problems for him. We've also had Middlesbrough go 2-0 up at Peterborough since the second half started. Have we all caught up? No, we haven't. Cole Stockton scored, didn't he, for Morecambe? Cole Stockton's been absolutely fantastic this season. I would think, has he got 20 goals, Stockton? I'm going to check because I want to know. I want to know right now, do you love me? Will you love me forever? Chung, 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 chung. Cole Stockton, that is his 20th goal of the season. I knew he was close. He's so close, he's done it. Well done, Cole Stockton, who will, with no disrespect to Morecambe, probably not be playing for Morecambe next season. Excellent player, Cole Stockton. Are we all caught up on that start of the second half glut? Everybody. Let's dive in here. Eriksen, yeah, great news. Lots of shouts for Christian Eriksen. Brilliant stuff. We should say Bradley Dack as well. Okay, he didn't have a life-threatening heart problem, but Bradley Dack has had 2 consecutive, 8-10-month absences in a row. Great to see him scoring as well. Cook for the Cherries. Lewis Cook, he had a long injury haul as well. It's the minutes. Or the 5 minutes for lots of injured players to be scoring. Matt, legend. Go and check out Matt's channel. Rovers fans going. He's probably there, actually, at the game. Welcome along, Matt. Coventry 1, Blackburn 1. And that's put everybody, seemingly, around that 62-point mark. Apologies, of course, as I click on that. It's going to League 1. But no, we better stay on League 1 because our big game has a big goal. It's Plymouth 1, Oxford 0. And God, I hate to say it, that's very good news for Ipswich, actually. Plymouth lead Oxford 1-0. It was 4th versus 5th at the start of the day. It's now 4th versus 6th. So there's something here for Sheffield Wednesday as well, should they be able to retake the lead in their game. But Plymouth have taken the lead against Oxford. And just nobody's been losing up in that top 6, Jason. Oxford are behind on 69 points now. And I'm going to not leave my bias at the door. For God's sake, Ipswich score. And then you're 2 points behind. Cardiff 0, Swansea 2. Is it happening? Are we going to get the first ever Derby? Derby double in the South Wales sort of head-to-head between Cardiff and Swansea. Oh, Derby. Speaking of derbies, Swansea are 2-0 up, but Derby had a man advantage. Derby no longer have a man advantage because Max Bird has now been red-carded as well. Liam Lindsay got red-carded in the first half. Also, at the top of League One. Absolute glut going on now. MK have gone 2-0 up. MK are now coasting. They are 2 goals up against Shrewsbury. Let's go straight back to the top of League One, which is very much worth checking there after those couple of goals. So, excuse me. Let me take a drink. Sorry. So, MK. Oh, my God. Stop scoring, you lot. Accrington 3, Cheltenham 1. We'll talk about Swansea in a minute as well. Ben Cabango has got the second for them. Let me just stick Accrington on the ticker, or I will most definitely forget to do it. They've gone 3-1 up. Accrington were behind on like minute 33. Oh, my God. The goals just can't stop flying in. No, disallowed. We thought Brighton had just taken the lead against Norwich. Right. What I was going to say was we've just had quick goals for MK and Plymouth. So MK were already leading, but they seem to have cemented the fact that they're going to be on 79 points. And I don't know, you tell me, is there a chance? We thought it was going to be Rotherham and Wigan for the longest time now, but they're a point behind, and there's many a slip betwixt cup and lip. And by the way, Scott Twine, the MK goal scorer, what a player he is. He's going to be in the Championship whichever way. Brilliant player, his son from Swindon, to replace Scott Fraser, who went for Ipswich. I know which part of the deal has gone better this season. No offence to Scott Fraser, but Scott Twine has been absolutely fantastic. Plymouth, did we get the goal scorer for Plymouth? I'm not sure I can see it anywhere. I don't think it's disappeared there. If anyone knows the Plymouth goal scorer, do let me know. So that is the state of play at the top of League One. Couple of important goals going in there. Right. Let's try and get back to the comments now. My bad. Guess who scored for MK? Yeah, well, we know. Twine. Brilliant. Edwards for Plymouth. Thank you so much, Jamie. Caban goal. Doesn't score many, does he, Ben Cabango? But there we go. Alistair. Preston Darby 10 each. Already been very open. Can it get on the beach? Keep taking players off there, as long as nobody gets hurt, of course. Morgan Whittaker has also been red carded for Lincoln, and he also scored earlier today. So it's Charlton 0, Lincoln 1. Whittaker had scored and now has been red carded, and Gilby got red carded in the first half for Charlton as well. So we now got 2 games, one in the Championship, one in League One, where both is 10 against 10 for most of the second half. Do we get goals in those games? You love to see it. Yeah. Well done, you Swans fans. Oh, hello, Brentford. It's Chelsea 1, Brentford 3. What is going on here? This could be a signature win in Brentford's first ever Premier League season. They are 3-1 up against one of the elite. Chelsea 1, Brentford 3. It was 0-0 at half-time. And at 4:17, there's been 4 goals in sort of the last 15 minutes or so. Paul Merson, look, his eyes as big as saucers. He's commentating on it for Gillette. And Brentford have gone 3-1 up. And they are battering Chelsea at the moment. And I don't know, we love an underdog here in England, don't we? You love to see it. Well done, Brentford. Outstanding stuff. What else have we got in the chat here? Yanelt again. What is going on, says Frank. Plenty. Come on, Millwall, says Rob. Bird red card challenge. So strong, he popped the ball. Oh, interesting. So Vitaly Yanelt has scored twice for Brentford. If Coventry win and Sheffield United win, is there a chance Sky Blues can get playoffs? I don't think so. And I don't think one win today will change it. But it's so tight. Anyone who wins 3 in the next 4 is going to be even down as far as Coventry and Mill. Look, West Brom have got 8 points in the last 4. If West Brom get 8 points in the next 4 as well, if there's a bit of traffic ahead of them, who knows? But no, I'm not going down as far as Coventry. But who knows? Did I hedge my bets well enough there? Oh God. Ipswich 0, Cambridge 1, with Plymouth behind and Sunderland not winning. Ipswich are behind against Cambridge. Is Ipswich's season going to finish in 30 minutes' time? I wonder. Ipswich are behind to Cambridge. Deary me. Less said, guys. Less said. Ipswich 0, Cambridge 1. I wonder if Sam Smith has scored. He was on Mount Rushmore a few weeks ago. But Cambridge lead at Portman Road. Millwall Rob, I'm just going to pop you in the timeout because you'll just repeatedly put in Mill. Actually, go on. I'll give you a warning, guys. Can we stop with the Mills? Just so we can get the chat going. Thompson, the goal scorer for Cambridge. Oh, own goal. Oh, it's Dom Thompson. Okay. Ipswich now on the beach. We will see. Didn't you do a video on that? Basically saying those in the playoffs now were pretty much. I reckon one change at that point, but that could change. You're all right, Millwall Rob. We love a good Mill. Own goal at Ipswich. You do not love to see it. Dom Thompson, own goal. Well, Brentford having a lovely time. So Brentford loanee who scored the own goal to get Cambridge in front there. Trying to hide my disappointment and be professional here, but we will carry on. Just need someone else to score, so that's not the most recent goal on the SuperStream here. But Ipswich are behind, and I have to say that is could be a potentially season-ending day today, especially if Sheffield Wednesday score again and if Sunderland take the lead. I would think that be that, and we're into miracle territory. Oh dear, I feel your pain. Nobody can really truly understand the pain of an Ipswich fan. We haven't done anything for about 15 years, have we? There we go. We all feel it, don't we? Hey, come on, somebody else score, so I don't have to look at Ipswich 0, Cambridge 1. Preferably Ipswich, actually. That would be a fine thing. But I must leave my bias at the door and say, well done, Cambridge, who lead at Ipswich. Let's get to some more comments. Change the subject, guys. Yeah, well done, Alistair. Good to see Ben Whiteman maintaining tradition. Season fades away, so focus on topping the yellow card table. Oh, God, Pearson Fisher were awful, weren't they? Cambridge to book it. Yeah, I said change the subject, David, but yeah. Freedom of speech. You can bring up what you like. Yes. Wednesday, another trippy shirt. Fantastic. Wednesday, 10 points off automatics. Don't worry about those automatics. Just anyone getting in the playoffs so hard. Did I just see a goal? Another goal at Chelsea. Chelsea 2, Brentford 3. So that went 1-0 Chelsea and then flipped all the way around to 3-1 Brentford, and it's now 2-3. So Chelsea 2, Brentford 3. Incredible second half. So 65, so there's been 5 goals in 20 minutes at Stamford Bridge. So let's change that on the ticker. And thank God that removes that Cambridge goal from the edge of my list. Let's get some. Oh, no, it's been disallowed. I take that back. I don't know whether that got VAR'd. I'm sure Gillette will tell us in a second. So Brentford do still have, incredibly, a 2-goal lead away at Chelsea. Incredible stuff. Ipswich have won stuff. We ain't done anything in recent history. Oh, Rob, talk to any Ipswich fan and ask whether they would swap the last 20 years with Millwall. You've been to Wembley, you've been promoted, you've, had playoff pushes and all of that good stuff. I'm sure most fans, we were talking this about with the Rotherham fans who've had like 4 promotions and 3 relegations or something crazy like that. So you just want it to be a little bit interesting, don't you? Rather than just stuck, relegated, stuck, that sort of thing. Handball. There we go. VAR, I'm sure. Was that a goal shaved off on Gillette? I'll give you that one, David. I'll give you that one. Means you're on good behaviour. There we go. Keep your comments coming in. It's 4:23 on the SuperStream. I'm going to do it. I said it would be 20 minutes. Can I get a like spike? If you're watching the SuperStream right now, please hit that like button. We are on 162 likes, which is amazing support. I'm really, really grateful to everyone. But can we get to 200 likes? Please, if you're watching the SuperStream right now, do hit that like button. A, it's a little bit of fun, but B, it does actually help us in all the rankings on YouTube. It puts us a bit higher in the recommendations and whatnot. So, yeah, do hit that like button and support it. I know loads of you have done it already, so I'm very, very grateful. Do hit that like button. Shall we go for a sweep? Let's do a sweep here on the SuperStream. I should say we are in association with WhatAcker.com. Check that out. Absolutely free, WhatAcker. Just stick your email in to get the newsletter, and all good fun over there. No obligation to do anything. You get some tips every single weekend and midweek. In fact, they're at it all the time over on WhatAcker. Right, in the Premier League in the 3 p.m. Brighton 0, Norwich 0. Brighton missed a pen in the first half. Burnley 0, Man City 2. Man City going top. Chelsea 1, Brentford 3. What is going on? Leeds 1, Southampton 1. Wolves 2, Aston Villa 0. Man United and Leicester play later on. Big goal. Sorry, I'm gonna cut away because it always happens on the sweep. Crew 1, Fleetwood 2. Now remember, Morecambe had really closed up on Fleetwood at the bottom of League One. Fleetwood have just retaken the lead, so we will check out the League One table in just a sec. That's an important goal. I know Crew are bottom, but Fleetwood have really got to win that game today, haven't they? It's Crew 1, Fleetwood 2. Let me just continue our sweep. Have a look at the Championship. Still, it was an early goal at Barnsley, and it's still 1-0. Reading really could do with not losing that one. Bournemouth 2, Bristol City 1. Bournemouth still hot favourites to take that second place. Cardiff 0, Swans 2. For the 1 millionth time, Swansea will become the first team to do the double in the South Wales derby. They're looking good for it. Anthony Pilkington, you can still find him, was the goal scorer for Fleetwood. They're 2-1 up at Crew on 64. Coventry 1, Blackburn 1. Own goal by Pickering. Dak equalised. Derby 0, Preston 0. Two sides, both down to 10 men, though. Lindsay and Bird red carded. Luton 1, Millwall 1. Adebayo and who scored for Millwall? Bradshaw. Posh 0, Borough 2. Balogun got the second. Tavernier, however he prefers to pronounce it. I'm sure he won't be offended. With the opener. QPR 0, Fulham 1. Mitro 36 for the season. Now Stoke 0, Blades 0. I believe we just had another. Oh no, it's been disallowed. MK have just had a goal disallowed against Shrewsbury. You can see that's highlighted on there. It still looks like they're going to win. Stanley 3, Cheltenham 1 in League One. Charlton 0, Lincoln 1. Both sides down to 10. Crew 1, Fleetwood 2. Could be a good day for Fleetwood in terms of battling down there. Ipswich 0, Cambridge 1. Could be the end of the road for Ipswich this season. MK 2, Shrewsbury 0. They've closed up on the top 2. Morecambe 3, Burton 0. We'll have a look at the bottom of League One, actually. That'll be where we'll go next, I promise. Plymouth 1, Oxford 0 in that big game. 4th versus 5th at the start of the day. Wednesday 1, Wimbledon 1. Sunderland 0, Gillingham 0. Both those sides level, Sunderland and Wednesday. They could both do with winning, mainly because, look below there, Wickham are 1-0 up against Doncaster. Let's have a look at the bottom of League One, as I suggested we probably should, where you will see what that Fleetwood goal has done. So obviously Fleetwood were at 35 tied. Look, Morecambe are going to win today, aren't they? They're 3-0 up and they're playing against 10 men of Burton, who look like they're well and truly on the beach. So as things stand, Gillingham 38. Gillingham are doing a fairly good job here. They're 0-0 at Sunderland, which is no mean feat considering where the two sides are in the league table. So Fleetwood and Morecambe are both winning. So Fleetwood responding well to the pressure that Morecambe are putting on them today. Wimbledon, again, fair dues, a level at Sheffield Wednesday, having been behind. Doncaster obviously losing to Wickham. And I don't really want to look particularly at that playoff picture. I suppose Oxford are losing, but yeah, this was the one today, wasn't it? Anyway, let's not make this all about the team I support. I always tell you lot off for doing that. What else have we got here in the chat? Mike, Fulham peppering the QPR goal, so it'll definitely finish 1-1. There's a true football supporter, isn't it? Steve, Blades haven't had a shot on target. Stoke have had 1. Both teams lucky to have 0. Yeah, it's one of those ones. One of those ones, isn't it? What else should we say in here? I wonder if the very late goal will be at Oakwell. Ooh, I'm sure Barnsley fans won't want that to be the case. What else have we got in the chat here? Rodham likely to be 3rd on Tuesdays. We don't play, and MK and Wigan do. Interesting. What else are we saying in the chat here? Richard, greetings, Ben, and your once proud tractor boys. We need a second at Luton. Yeah, good luck. Not an easy place to go and win. Luton, although QPR did do it recently, didn't they? Really, QPR. Elias Chair is on for the Rangers. Always a good player to be able to bring in at 4:30 on a Saturday. 171 likes, guys. Thank you so much. If you haven't already, please hit that like button. See if you can get us up to 200 likes. I'm pretty sure we went over that total last week. We are into the last sort of 20 minutes or so. Let me know who are going to be the big winners and the big losers today. Who do you think? You can nominate one of each. Who are your big winners and who are your big losers today in the Premier League? I can't look past Brentford, I have to say, who are 3-1 up at Chelsea. Everything else kind of going to form. In the Championship, I suppose I would nominate, Reading as the big losers today. Potentially, what else is going on in terms of big winners? Swansea, the double. Bournemouth could be a big winner, but not quite so much as Barnsley would be, I would think, in League One. Hate to say it, the big losers have got to be Ipswich, who are 1-0 down at Cambridge with others winning. Could MK be the big winners? I don't know. We could have had Morecambe as the big winners down there. Let me know your big winners and your big losers today. What shall we say? Big winners, Bournemouth. Big losers, Reading. Big losers are Derby. Yeah, Derby's not a bad shout. Barnsley could be big winners today. Derby are going to kick themselves, having had a man advantage as well. Accrington 3, Cheltenham 2. If that's Alfie May again, I'm putting him back on Mount Rushmore. Accrington 3, Cheltenham 2. That's been an interesting one, hasn't it? Accrington were 1 up. No, Cheltenham were 1 up. Then Accrington were 3-1 up. And now it's gone back to 3-2, which we thought had happened at Brentford and Chelsea. But that Chelsea last goal got scrubbed off, shaved off, as we say whilst we're watching Gillette. Will Boyle is the goal scorer for Cheltenham, not Alfie May. Let me know who your big winners and your big losers are. Just check in with Mount Rushmore. See how we're doing today. Elijah Adebayo flying the flag for Mount Rushmore players there. He's on the score sheet for Luton today. Vyman, Bannon and Taylor still have a bit of time, although I suspect particularly one of them will be substituted rather soon. You think Matty Taylor might be going off for Oxford? We also he's the captain there, so maybe he won't. What else have we got in the chat? Big winners, Middlesbrough. Yeah, fair point on that one. Big losers, Reading. Swansea, big winners. Did I know? They'll be the first team to do it. I didn't know that. Brickan, I'm getting your name right there. Potentially Oldham, big winners, but we are clinging on. All jokes aside, those first 7 games under Houghton are biting us. Well, very, very much so. But hey, if he'd have won them, or won some of them, you wouldn't maybe have got Steve Cooper. So I don't know. Maybe things work out for the best. Good chance for City. Martin hits it straight at Travis. And interesting that Freddie Woodman, who I quite like, went into Bournemouth and can't get a team. Can't get in the team. Big winners in the champ, Bournemouth. Big winners in the Premier League, Brentford. What else have we got here in the chat? Can we add an extra head? We can't add an extra head to Mount Rushmore. No, it's got to be 4, I'm afraid. But you can put a manager on there. Get your nominations in. Close. Yeah, it sounds like Bristol City have turned in the screw a little bit. I'm sure all of the chasers, Huddersfield, Luton, etc. there would all be behind Bristol City equalising. But yeah, I think Bournemouth are going to be hard to get at, aren't they? Fleetwood have scored again. So it looks like both Fleetwood, it's going to be as you were down at the bottom there. Both Fleetwood and Morecambe are going to be winning today. They've gone 3-1 up. And Wycombe 2, Doncaster 0, which affects both the playoff race and the relegation race. Not going to be a good day for Doncaster and Crew. I suppose now if you're Fleetwood or... did I put that goal on? I suppose if you're Fleetwood or Morecambe, you're just hoping that perhaps Sunderland can score against Gillingham and Sheffield Wednesday can score against Wimbledon down at the bottom there. Yeah, Anis Mehmeti, former Norwich youngster, has scored for Wycombe, who are 2-0 up. Did I put that in? I don't think I did. Yes, I did. There we go. This is what happens when you do the Super Stream. And they're literally with Bianca Westwood right now. And Fulham have gone 2-0 up. And as we speak, I think Swansea may be about to become the first team ever to do the double in the South Wales Derby. So it's QPR 0, Fulham 2. Guess who for the 37th time this season? He could be on for another hat-trick. Mitrovic has got his second from the penalty spot. What a season, what a player. But Cardiff 0, Swansea 3. You have to say well done. That is a local derby. Cardiff have been in good form and Swansea are 3-0 up. We'll await the goal scorer in that one. Let's check in with the championship table now. Things are really solidifying themselves in terms of today's sort of narratives and storylines. I think that's how Winnack had gone, guys. Charlton 0, Lincoln 2. Lincoln gone 2-0 up. Both sides are down to 10 men. Hannes Wolf is the goal scorer for Swansea. That must be his first goal for the Swans in the championship. And as I said, Lincoln have just gone 2 up. Right, we must check in with that championship table. So, Fulham are moving on to 80 points. About 92 goals. They're only 8 goals away now from the ton. Bournemouth are also leading. Huddersfield won yesterday. So it looks like the top 3, unless we can get a Bristol City equaliser, are all going to have won. Luton are level. Sheffield United are level, which is good news for Middlesbrough, who are leading 2-0 at Posh and now have 5 out of the next 7 at home. Blackburn are level. If Blackburn were to score at Coventry and take the lead, they would go up above Middlesbrough and Sheffield United. Of course, Sheffield United could also go on to 64 points if they can take the lead at Stoke, although one of our correspondents was saying just nothing's happening in that game. So just so tight up there, QPR. And as I say that, it's about to move, guys. Stoke 1, Sheffield United 0. So Sheffield United are about to drop massively. Look, there they go. Sheffield United have just dropped to 8th in the table. Blackburn are back in the playoffs. It's that tight. 1 goal and 1 point change has just dropped Sheffield United all the way down. John Egan with an own goal. I'm glad we had the table up. I'm sure our Sheffield United friends won't be at all glad about that, but it is so ridiculously tight. We now know if Sheffield United equalise, they'll go up 4 places. It is so tight. As it stands, Huddersfield, Luton, Middlesbrough have gone up a good couple of places today. Blackburn are still in there. Will be our 4 playoff teams. Incredible movement in the championship. Sheffield United go behind and dropped from 5th, I think I got the right number, to 8th, just by virtue of 1 point going off their live total. Incredible. All going on there. Stoke deciding to play when they've got nothing to play for. They'll do that, won't they? Egan, own goal. What a lead. Just incredible. Absolutely. Oh, dear, Sheffield United. Well, that's how tight it is. It really, really is so tight there. And Stoke taking the lead. We should give Swansea some credit as well. I think we did a couple of minutes ago. They've just gone to Abigail Davis on Gillette. Swansea 3-0 up against Cardiff. And this historical first double is about to be, unless there's some miraculous comeback. And Bournemouth have done it. They're 3-1 up. Bournemouth are going to win today. They're 3-1 up on... Swansea have gone 4-0 up. Oh, dear. And Derby have taken the lead. Oh, hello. 3 goals in a minute. Oh, I can't keep up. And Reading now have got... Oh, Reading have got a world of problems if they don't equalise today. So many stories just transpired there. Can I possibly keep up? So, Swansea are battering Cardiff 4-0. Well played, Swansea. They are 4-0 up. But even bigger than that, Bristol City have just gone 3-1 down to second place Bournemouth. And we think Derby have taken the lead. Yes, Ravel Morrison, who didn't score for about 9 years and has found his shooting boots. We must now look at the bottom of the championship table, because what does it all mean, everybody? Have a look at this. So it's the worst possible case scenario, for, well, other than Peterborough winning as well, for Reading today. They are behind. So Barnsley would close to within 2 points. And Derby, look at that, 12 wins as well, if they can see this one out. Derby would go, and they're just keeping it alive. Derby would go, they were within 3 points of Barnsley and 5 points of safety. Remember, 21 points deduction. Speaking of Peterborough, well played Middlesbrough is Posh 0, Middlesbrough 3. So Middlesbrough, we thought they were home and hosed already, but they can freewheel their way through to the end of this game. Big confidence boosting win for Middlesbrough. I do have to say, though, that were Blackburn to score and Sheffield United to score, Middlesbrough wouldn't actually be in the playoff positions. But at the moment, and it can move quickly, they're in fifth, and Middlesbrough have gone 3-0 up. And I keep saying it, and I'll say it again. Middlesbrough have won 8 straight games at home, and 5 of their next 7 games are at the Riverside. So this is looking promising for the Borough in terms of getting into those playoff spots. And that's a fair point as well. The flip side of that, Posh down and out. Let's just check the numbers. That will put the Posh bottom. Obviously, nothing changes in terms of the distance between them and Reading in terms of actual safety, but it's going to be a 7-point gap with 7 games remaining for both Reading and Peterborough. Incredible. Swansea absolutely owning. Yes, huge away win in the big derby there, and a big woof for those 3 goals that all flew in within seconds. Josh Coburn, the youngster. Wasn't it him that scored against Spurs in the FA Cup? There you go. Coburn scores whenever he plays. Well, good trick to have, isn't it, for the youngster? I assume coming off the bench. Or Borough's next game, Fulham. Oh, you love to see it. So many big games. With it being so tight, literally half the games end up being a head-to-head, don't it? Incredible stuff. A classic championship Saturday. Absolutely. Hecky and McCall are the only 2 people at the club deserve promotion. The rest are an embarrassment. Huge goal at the bottom. Reading have equalised. Will it maybe not be a horrible day? 82 minutes gone. Barnsley 1, Reading 1. That changes everything. We're about to add a point onto Reading, and we are going to take 2, far more importantly, we're going to take 2 points off Barnsley. That is a vital goal for Reading, who have equalised on 82 against Barnsley. Let me just check. That's definitely gone through. Josh Laurent again. Defensive-minded central midfielder has scored 2 weeks running. That is such an important goal. I cannot overstate it. Obviously, for someone like me who wants carnage and chaos, it's not actually the best thing because it could make it a bit boring. But look at that now. Oof. Reading have equalised. A 5-point gap will maintain. Remember, it was always in Reading's favour today. They just had to not lose, and they are now not losing. And that 5-point gap is reinstated. That is a big goal for Reading at the bottom of the championship. I would argue the biggest goal of the day, that one. Josh Laurent has equalised. He scored the winner. Give him a statue. He scored the winner. Although, incredibly, I'm going to pivot away from that because Brentford have gone 4-1 up against Chelsea. What on earth is going on? The absolute signature win, surely, of Brentford's season. That is not going to be top. Chelsea 1, Brentford 4. Let's get your reactions on that Reading goal. Big goal at Barnsley. Come on, Reading. You are incredible. big, big goal. You cannot understate that in terms of that gap going in. I believe Barnsley still have Peterborough to play at home as well. Go on, Brentford. Yeah, I think every neutral is behind Brentford today. Oh, and Luton 1, Millwall 2. Wow, did not see that one coming. Millwall lead on 81, 9 minutes to go, and we must jump straight. By the way, Johan Visa is the goal scorer there, but we've got to see what that does because Millwall leading against Reading earlier in the day had a massive concertina in squeezing effect on the playoff picture, didn't it? Oh, Coventry 1, Blackburn 2. Oh, the playoff places have just literally been ripped up and rewritten in the last minute. Blackburn now lead against Coventry and Millwall lead against Luton. This is going to be so horrifically tight. You could not believe it. We need to check that both of those goals are definitely confirmed. In the last minute, Blackburn have taken the lead against Coventry. I think they now go, well, look, let's get the table up for goodness sake. That'll tell you better than I can. And Millwall have just, so Benik Afobe has scored for Millwall. So look at that. Blackburn will now be fourth. We said they were kind of clinging on by their fingernails. Obviously, they'd had that incredible run. I think Blackburn scored 35 points in 15 games at one point. They've been rubbish recently, but this could be massive. Scott Wharton, I assume that's a set play. Scott Wharton has scored for Blackburn, which puts them fourth and above Luton because Luton have just gone behind against Millwall. And of course, now look at Millwall in ninth on 60 points. You can even go down to QPR, who are looking like losing today against Fulham. They will be 2 points behind Middlesbrough in sixth place. I cannot believe how tight this is. Look at that. As things stand, Wolves 2, Villa 1, by the way, in the Premier League. Villa have just got a goal back. Can they make that a big finish there? Ollie Watkins' pen, 86 minutes. So let's go through this. And it's really good news for Bournemouth, isn't it? That everything's good for them. And, Luton were third going into the weekend and they're now behind and not looking. They might equalise, but it's not looking like Luton are going to win today. They need 2 goals between 81 and the final whistle, don't they? So Huddersfield 66. Blackburn are winning. Luton are losing at home to Millwall. Middlesbrough are clear. They're 3 up against Peterborough and Forest 1 already. Sheffield United, bad day for them. They are behind against Stoke and Millwall are leading. And we've said the 3 runs we picked up on. Bournemouth have a difficult run now going forward. Middlesbrough have 5 in 7 games at home. We think Millwall have got a very nice run. And actually, Blackburn's run in terms of average opponent position in the form table, I think was the best out of, I think their average opponent was 14th or something. And obviously that number will drop now because Coventry were above 14. Oh my God. What is going on? Let's try and get some comments. Absolute madness. Absolute madness here. Who decided to put Chelsea, Brentford and QPR on at the same? Yeah, it could be fun on public transport there. And Middlesbrough have gone 4-0 up. This is a morale-boosting win for Middlesbrough. They are 4-0 up. Going to be a couple of 4-0 away wins possibly in the Championship today. Swansea are also 4-0 up. Brentford are 4-1 up against Chelsea, which has raised many a smile. Too early for the late goal calls? No. Let's get into it right now. We're not going to include Jayden Stockley, who's just scored. But give me your late goal calls. I want to know where are the big, important ones that are going to change the outcome. I don't care about a game that's 3-0 going to 3-1 or whatever. Where are the late goals going to be? Get your predictions in. There's always a late goal.
Thomas, it's up for grabs now.
Let me know. Get them in the chat now. Where do you think there's going to be a big, decisive late goal, an equaliser or a winner is what we are looking for. Duncan Watmore. All of the Middlesbrough strikers who we've been a bit tough on are all scoring today, aren't they? Balogun scored as well earlier on. We need to put in Stockley's goal as well. Charlton 1, Lincoln 2. Where are the late goals going to be? Here we go. Barnsley. 2 for Cov. Nah, we want the outcome to change. Barnsley and Reading. Charlton for the late goals. Sheffield United. The Vile always get a lucky late goal. Late goals aren't always good luck, by the way. What else we got? Barnsley, Blackburn conceding. Coventry late goal. Reading to win in the last minute. Where are the late goals going to come? There is always a late goal. Hello. There's a goal at the Vitality, and it's now Bournemouth 3, Bristol City 2. So you can now include that in your outcomes. Could Bristol City get a really, really vital late equaliser in that promotion picture? I mean, given how the other results, especially with Luton losing, don't know how much that would actually change things, but it's Bournemouth 3, Bristol City 2. Nonetheless, and Luton have equalised. There is a big late goal. Luton 2. So maybe you could get a winner for Luton in that game. Luton have got it back to 2-2. Andy Vyman has scored for Bristol City. What a season he has had, and he is on Mount Rushmore. And Luton have got it back to 2-2. Luton thought they were getting 0 points. That's a kind of a bigger goal Millwall conceding, isn't it? Because that had closed things right up. Millwall are going to be getting 1 point, possibly, not 3. We are awaiting the goal scorer there. Oh, Sheffield Wednesday have taken the lead in the 90th minute. That is a huge goal in the League One playoff chase. Sheffield Wednesday 2, Wimbledon 1. We need to look at our league tables. What does that do for Sheffield Wednesday? We know Wickham are winning, but Sunderland aren't and Oxford aren't. Let's quickly just check in at the top of the championship, see what that Luton equaliser does at the top there. It does more in terms of Millwall than anybody else, because Millwall dropped back to 58 points. Lee Gregory, 92nd minute winner. We assume it's going to be the winning goal for Sheffield Wednesday. They are 2-1 up. And you can see, Millwall 2 points fewer now than they were, frankly, a minute before when they were level. Let's check in with League One and see what that Sheffield Wednesday, could that be our big late goal? So there it is. Wednesday will go on to 72. Lee Gregory in the 92nd minute, possibly with the winning goal there for the Wednesday. Could they be our big winners? A Jake Cooper own goal that has got Luton level there. 2-2. Cardiff 0, Swansea 4 is a full-time take about Swansea. Impressive stuff. And the first ever double in the South Wales derby. No one's ever done the double. Swansea have done it this season. Will we get another crazy late goal? Where is it going to be coming? Jake Cooper own goal, 6 minutes injury time at Oakwell. Keep your eye on that one, and we will see where we are going. I realise the Derby double will be the Swansea headline. It's also our first Saturday 3 p.m. kickoff away win of the season. Woof. There we go. QPR coach red carded. Not having a good day today, QPR, are they? Leeds 1, Saints 1, full time. Posh 0, Borough 4, full time. Congrats to Swans. Didn't see that coming. No. God, I had Cardiff winning that one 3-2, I think. Did one of my silly predictions on that one. But I said there'd be 5 goals. QPR 0, Fulham 2, full time. We got a late goal at Accrington. They've gone 4-2 up. 6 goals at the Wham. Accrington have won, they've gone 4-2 up. Plymouth have won the big League One clash. It was 4th against 5th. 1-0. Plymouth 1. Oxford 0. That is a full time now. It's also a full time at Chelsea. Take a bow, Brentford. Chelsea 1, Brentford 4. Bournemouth have won. Bournemouth have beaten Bristol City. The full times are flying in here. We'll try and keep our eye on as many as possible. I think our big late complexion changing goals, have they come and gone, or will there be another ridiculous late one? I think the Sheffield Wednesday goal might be the big late goal. Chelsea 1, Brentford 4. Fair play, Brentford. Impressive stuff. Callum, that was ridiculously nervy. Up the cherries. Absolutely. Great to see Ericsson dominated Chelsea. Well played to the Bees. Have we got all the goals up there. I think we have. Let me know politely, of course, if anything is missing on the ticker. We try our best to keep up on the Super Stream. Can I call for one more like spike? If you're watching the Saturday Super Stream now, please hit that like button. And it looks like Ipswich have just equalised in the 90th minute against Cambridge. It's probably not going to be enough in the long term, but it looks like Ipswich have equalised against Cambridge. I'm not entirely sure how long there is left to play, probably seconds, but Ipswich have equalised. So look, they're going to make a point on Plymouth, but other teams have won. It's still probably not going to be enough for Ipswich, but it appears they have equalised. And Darby have beaten Preston. Oh, no, the goal has been disallowed. Oh, God. There we go. How depressing is it being an Ipswich fan today? Let me hack that off. Never mind, everybody. We thought Ipswich had equalised. As I said, it probably wouldn't have been enough in the long term. Anyway, Derby have won, but that Reading equaliser, well, is it the worst thing in the world? Looks like Derby are going to cut back 2 points on Reading today. You'll take it, won't you? You'll take it very much so. Accrington 4, Cheltenham 3. I'm going to say it again. If that is Alfie May, I'm putting him back on Mount Rushmore because that would be his second of the day. Brighton 0, Norwich 0 is a full time. I suppose Brighton will be happy just not to lose because they've been on a losing streak. But it was against at home against bottom placed Norwich. Wolves 2, Villa 1 is a full time as well. I think Wolves are going 7th, or at least they were last time we checked in the Premier League. Sunderland is still a draw. Tried my best for you. Well, never mind. Wickham 2, Donny 0 is a full-time. Stoke 1, Sheffield United 0 is a full-time. It's a bad day for Sheffield United. I think they've dropped from 5th to 8th. Blimey, Norwich didn't lose. Yeah, well done, our Norwich friends. Norwich a clean sheet on a point away from home. Small mercies for our Canary friends, but they'll take it. I'm sure they'll take it. Full-time Wednesday, thank God. Yeah, Wednesday, the big winners in terms of the late goals. Come on, keep those likes coming. We're at 193. Can we get us up to 200 likes as the full-time come in? Wednesday, 3 points. Well played, Wednesday. You just got to churn it out at this time in the season, and the 92nd minute winner will do it for you. Can we get over 200 likes? Hit that like button, guys. Only a few minutes left on the Super Stream today. I'd love to get it over 200 likes. Right. Let's start doing our final score. Read through. No, we're not. Sunderland have just taken the lead against Gillingham. Oh, it's a terrible day for Ipswich. It's the worst possible day you could imagine. Oh, my heart. Sunderland are going to be our big late winners. I think Sunderland have just taken the lead in the 90 plus whatever minute against Gillingham. We've got to double check that just happened. I think Sunderland have just scored. We'll wait and see confirmation. I'm going to stick that on the ticker, but that could be a vital late goal. Barnsley and Reading is a draw. That will do for Reading, I would suggest. Yes. Oh, the big late goal is going to be Sunderland's. Let's bring up that League One table. It's going to put them into the playoff spots. And can you imagine being an Ipswich fan? Wickham have won. Sunderland have won in injury time. Sheffield Wednesday won in injury time as well. Can it get any worse? Ipswich 6 points off the playoffs. With 5 to go, it's not going to happen, is it? But Sunderland overtake Oxford. Oxford started the day 5th, but that late goal, well, 2 late goals indeed. One for Wednesday, one for Sunderland. And Oxford, bad day for them as well. They have lost at Plymouth and then seen 2 of their rivals score in injury time to win their games. Goodness me. Right, let's try and do a sweep now. Keep your comments coming in as the Super Stream winds down for another week. It's been a great day, I have to say. Right, at 12:30, I think all the Premier Leagues are a full time now. Liverpool went top. They won 2-0 against Watford. They didn't stay top for long. Brighton 0, Norwich 0. Burnley 0, Man City 2 puts Man City back to the top in the Premier League. Take about Brentford. Chelsea 1, Brentford 4. I'll give that a round of applause. Leeds 1, Southampton 1. Looks like Leeds might have been getting a third straight win, but they didn't. Saints equalised. But I think all things considered, Leeds will be happy with the last sort of 3 weeks or so. Wolves 2, Villa 1. Wolves up to 7th, I believe. Fact check me on that. In the 12:30 in the Championship, Blackpool 1, Forest 4. Impressive stuff from Forest. Barnsley 1, Reading 1. Reading, Josh Laurent getting a vital late equaliser there. Bournemouth 3, Bristol City 2. Bournemouth, they're doing enough. I think they've got themselves set now, haven't they, for this tricky run-in, but they've got their games in hand, haven't they? Cardiff 0, Swansea 4. Take about Swansea. Well played. The first team ever to do the double in the South Wales derby. I think we're still going at Coventry Blackburn. I'm waiting for a full time on any of my screens to flash up. Not happening yet. So we'll keep eyes on that. But that'd be a great win for Blackburn if they can have been in poor form. But it's sticking right back in that playoff mix, wouldn't it? Derby 1, Preston 0. Arguably, Derby have had the best possible day down at the bottom there. Everyone else has dropped points except Derby. I suppose Derby fans would have wanted just a draw between Barnsley and Reading. Nobody winning. Maybe they'd have wanted a Barnsley win. I don't know. Derby fans can tell me that in the chat. But Derby have won themselves. Peterborough lost as well. Luton 2, Millwall 2. Both sides be happy with that. Millwall probably before today would have taken a point, and Luton just, they had the advantage of being in third place, and they were behind twice in that game as well. Peterborough 0, Middlesbrough 4. Impressive stuff from Middlesbrough. Now play 5 of their next 7 at home. QPR 0, Fulham 2. Fulham, well, you tell me, how many games, how many more wins do Fulham need? 2, probably. I think up to 80 points. We'll have a look at the table in a minute. Stoke 1, Sheffield United 0. Do you know what? I'm going to go straight to the Championship table and then we'll look at League 1. So, as I said, Fulham 80 points now. Honestly, and I'm not even being flippant about this, I think Fulham could lose all of their remaining games, and I don't think 2 other teams will get over 80 points. I'm just saying that. I don't think that'll be anything near reality, but I suspect in real terms, Fulham, if they score 4 more points, make it pretty much 9 impossible for everybody else, don't they? But it is what it is. Bournemouth stay 6 clear because Huddersfield keep pace, but Luton drop points today, but still on a fantastic run. Luton. Blackburn, big winners, although it looks like they're still going. Accrington 4, Cheltenham 4, speaking of still going, a 4-4 draw at the WAM. Accrington 4, Cheltenham 4. How about that? Are we up to? Yes, we're up to 200 likes as well. Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate that. Middlesbrough into the top 6. Forest 7th. Big losers today. Sheffield United lost at Stoke, dropped to 8th. But for God's sake, look how tight that all is. QPR, horrible run for them. 14 defeats now for the Rangers. But okay, they were playing Fulham. But hey, they were playing Peterborough in the last game, and they lost. Not going well. Look, let's skip straight down. I think we've given Swansea enough credit for their big win today. Let's skip straight down to the bottom of the table, where you will see Reading on 34 points, Barnsley on 29, so 5-point gap. So it really does still feel like it's all in Reading's hands. Derby, good day for them, but games are running out. Coventry have equalised. Oh, my God. Oh, you guys said in the chat, Coventry always score late. Right, keep your eyes on this. Oh, are Nottingham Forest going to end the day in the playoffs? No, they're not. But Blackburn are about to drop to 62 points. It's so ridiculous, this league. I think Coventry have equalised in probably the 96th or 97th minute. And there you go. It's gone through. Oh, Blackburn. So Blackburn are still going to be in the playoffs, but Coventry have just equalised so late in the day. It's not come up on either of my screens. It's come up on SofaScore. I don't know what the time of the goal is. It's nearly 5:05, for God's sake. And Coventry appear to just have equalised and made it 2-2. Victor Gyökeres, 99th minute. A 99th minute equaliser for Coventry. Crikey. Blackburn probably would have taken a point before the game, and they're in the top 6 and they're clinging on. But anytime you concede in stoppage time, you're always thinking about it being 2 points dropped. Goodness me. Oh, let's go to some comments. Sorry, I haven't been in there in about 5 minutes and there's a million. Coventry, Victor. Goodness me. Wow. A 90. It says 90 plus 9 on the screen over there. Incredible. Wow. Still time for a commentary winner. It's just gone through full time. Yeah, commentary. A fit team. Goodness me. 90 plus 9. Victor Gyökeres scores the equalising goal there. Well, there you go. That'll do us for the Saturday Super Stream. I should look at League One. Not that I particularly want to, because I think it's season over for my lot, Ipswich. But hey, what are you going to do? Not all about them, is it? So Rotherham didn't play. Wigan drew earlier in the day. MK, good day for them. They beat Shrewsbury. Plymouth, great day for them. They beat Oxford, and they look pretty certain, nailed on playoff contenders if they weren't already. Sheffield Wednesday and Sunderland both won in injury time. Oxford move on. Oh, sorry, down to 7th. They're on 69. Wycombe won, and I think we can probably draw a line under Wycombe now, given Ipswich have only got 5 games to play on 64 points. It looks like, well, you tell me, any 4 from about, 8 teams there, assuming that those... No, that's not right, is it? You can probably draw a line between Plymouth there in 4th and Wycombe in 8th and say it's 2 from those 4 for the last 2 playoff places, and there's a possibility that one of the top 2 could possibly drop, but hey, we will see. Oh, I'm going to calm down. Thank you, everybody, for joining me on the Saturday Super Stream. Thank you for all the likes. We've got 202 likes. If you want a shout out, stick it down there in the chat now. Frank, there you go. We'll shout you out. Robert says thank you. What an afternoon. I'm going to be on the Blue Monday podcast, which is going to probably be pretty depressing tomorrow morning. So check that out as well. Dearly departed, we're going to have to focus on Brentford and Chelsea. Just outstanding from Brentford, who win 4-1 at Stamford Bridge. And we will be back with the review show. We will see whether that's tomorrow night or on Monday. I haven't done my schedule yet. We'll figure all of that out. And it's over. Yeah, Graham, up the Borough. Good day for Borough. What a show. Good fun, Yanis, isn't it? Kelborn, thank you. David, thank you. Adam, thank you. Alf, thank you. Never watched the stream before. There we go. Thank you, Richard, for joining us. Vindaloo, thank you. Phil, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for all the likes. Oh, and I'm going to calm down now. 2 hours and 36 minutes into the stream. It's time to say goodbye, and thank you for watching. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button, and to be notified every time we upload, ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.